One drop, there we go. No.
Is it SlapStik with one word or two words?
If you're going on Twitch, it's one word, SlapStik Comedy 1.
Yeah, that's what he on.
Now we're talking about he ain't here. He outside in the car listening. Nigga, get inside of here.
Now she said it's saying offline.
Yeah, I'm connecting everything now.
You don't come in the house. Huh? Okay.
Y'all, I am sorry.
Man. Hey.
We need to go through real things.
Teaching moment.
Yeah, see, the audio's moving,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
we're back to live.
Audio's moving, we're back live.
They can hear now. They can hear you.
They can hear
It sounds like it. Sounds like we're live back, guys. 2 or 3 people called in and confirmed that we're back live. SlapStik Radio. We had some technical difficulties for a little while there. Lisa smoothed it out though. She found out she troubleshot the whole thing, and I mean, I'm in echo mode right now, but other than that, I think
Does it sound? It sounds like an echo.
It's echo. Yeah.
it doesn't sound like it is an echo.
She did
This is
IT 101.
weird.
He started trying back over.
Somebody said they can hear it's really static.
What the fuck?
And she said, okay, I see y'all, but no audio.
He said, I see somebody's son.
Check.
That's what I'm wondering, like, and I ain't been out here in 3 days, so I hope.
Check 2. Check 1. Check 1. Not as much, just a little bit now though. Not as much echo as it was. Still echo.
There it goes.
Check 1.
There it is.
There it is. No echo. No echo.
She about to have us all come back again.
All right.
All right.
Check 1, 2.
So can everybody hear okay now?
And someone
Yep.
call in and tell us what we sound like. If our levels are fine, I think we're okay now. Sounds good in the microphone and headphones. Everybody sound good in the headphones?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, I think we're back.
Mark, are we getting any feedback? Already saying they can hear us now?
Yep, I heard that they can hear us now. They
All
said
right.
Oh, my
Thank
goodness.
you all for waiting
I'm
and
sorry,
being so
I-
patient.
we
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
your
you.
That
patience.
has never happened to us before.
Never.
I don't know if it's a storm or I
I
don't know
think
what
so.
happened.
Because when we came back, it was.
May have been a storm. I don't know.
That's all right. We should
Lisa's
handle
been
it.
out of town and I don't know, something may have hit and glitched our machinery here and I don't know, but we're back.
She out here doing big things.
I don't even know what we were talking about. Where did we leave off?
Danger was saying who his heroes were.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are so sharp.
Thank you,
I
Tyann.
love you, sister. I love smart black people. Oh my God,
Word.
it's so important. It's so important. kids know all the words to Laffy Taffy, don't know the damn ABC. I mean, it's just a damn shame.
Time out, Steven. You just showed your age like a little bit. Laffy Taffy?
Laffy
Laffy
Taffy.
Taffy.
I gotta look up when that song came out. That was a minute ago.
No doubt, Laffy
No
Taffy
doubt,
was
okay.
the shit though.
That wasn't joint though. I ain't gonna lie. That come on right now.
Yeah,
Right.
everybody
Girl,
snapping.
shake that Laffy Taffy.
Everybody snapping.
Okay, I apologize. We back in business. I
We
gotta
are
go.
back.
Yeah. Okay. So we were at Dangerous Heroes, and you were talking about Bernie Mac.
Yes, indeed.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Like I said, he was just my hero because he had that I don't care attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just like, look,
Right.
if whether y'all think I'm funny or not, I think I'm funny. You know what I'm saying? And it all just came across on stage. You just knew how you could see
The
his confidence and that,
confidence.
exactly. You could just see the confidence.
Sure,
Mhm.
sure.
My junior year in high school, Bernie Mac was the first comedian I went to
Oh
see.
my
do
God! I
stand
never
up.
got to see him.
Junior in high
A
school.
junior in high
Oh,
school.
me too, David.
I never got to see him.
That kills me.
And he had on purple and a hat. I remember. He was clean.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Confidence is the main thing you have to have as a comic, period. I don't care how long you've been doing it.
Confidence works.
You know what I mean? Because our people are very judgmental.
Yeah.
And when we're hitting the stage,
Yeah.
you're gonna get, oh, I ain't never seen him before.
Right.
And what he
Right.
supposed to been on Def Jam?
Yeah.
Or what? I haven't seen him.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll get that from our people.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
white folks, white crowds will be like, all right, the next comic,
Yeah.
okay.
They happy
Make
to
us
see
laugh.
you. Yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
You know, blacks, you know, we're more, you know.
You got 13.8 seconds to make a black person laugh. Once you
Yeah.
That's why I tell them start fast.
Right.
Start fast.
Right.
You don't even have to make
Audience
eye
real quick.
contact with them. They're waiting on you to see if you like, look at me, look at
Right.
me.
Right.
You know, I don't have to look at you and start telling jokes.
Right.
I can look in the sky like I was talking to a motherfucker the other day at the bus stop. I got like I'm smoking cigarettes. I ain't got to look at the crowd.
Right. And
Why are young comedians so fixated on looking at niggas in the face?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
Yep. We always learned to look over their heads.
Over their heads.
But Tyann, please tell me you're hitting the stage soon to do stand up.
Really?
Yes, really.
We heard it here first.
Yes. Because
Wow.
you were doing stand up.
No, I was doing the poetry.
Okay, the poetry.
But-
but you were. Some of it was funny, and there
I
was
want to
comedians.
say, I know a lady that knows you,
okay.
and she gave me your number a long time at the shop. A long time ago at the shop. She
He's
was
married. Give it to me.
like, I'm married, but she
No,
was
we're
like,
talking about her number. We
no,
talking about-
she's married.
Okay, you said you was married though.
She wanted me to connect with you actually, because she was like, you need to do stand up. I'm like, I'm not funny. I'm just me. Like, I'm just me. Like, I could never write jokes.
But
I
other
was
people
talk.
think you're funny,
Right.
obviously.
But-
That sounds like a natural.
I
Yeah,
would never
yeah,
like.
no doubt.
I never thought about it. I might do it one day. I might get the courage to do it.
You
know?
should, because you stand up, you recite poetry in front of
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and you're funny.
Yeah.
So
So
your stage presence is already.
Yeah, that's
Already
what I was
And it
thinking.
is
You alright?
such,
Yeah.
let me add this, it's such a male-dominated genre
Facts.
that I'll say 5 out of 10 times when I'm talking to a promoter, they ask me, do I know a funny
Right. Me too.
female
Yep. Me
comic?
too. Me too.
They ask me all the time.
Yep.
Because it'll
I
be
just
5
never-
niggas on the show, and they want some, a female
little bit of
perspective.
the energy around
Yeah,
the
a
fight.
female
Right,
perspective,
right.
because the audience is mainly female dominated. The
True.
audience is.
But you know, it's so hard because what if the reason why it's a male dominant industry is because females compete with each other so much like they do. And I'm
Well,
not talking
they
about
do.
comedians, I'm
That's
talking
true.
about women audience members.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's like they don't want to show the love to the woman, but you
That
don't show
is
the
so
love
true.
to the man. And
That
so
is
it's
true.
like,
That's
why
true,
is
too.
that?
That
Why
is so
wouldn't
true.
you support that though?
That is so true too.
Now to
Right.
play devil's advocate though, what I've noticed in shows pre-COVID or whatever, it seems like this is my perspective. It seems like the women wait for a female comedian to come out, and whether she's funny or not, they
They give
laugh
her
their
love.
ass off. They
Give her
support.
love.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've
Yeah,
noticed that
always,
recently.
because
Yeah.
I've seen them hate on a cute girl.
Yeah.
doing
Oh
comedy.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm like, she
Oh, yeah.
But see,
fine.
that's what I'm saying.
But she
though.
was
It's
cute.
like,
Yeah.
It's a toss-up.
And they was hating like, bitch.
Yeah.
No, bitch, no.
That bitch got big
I'm
feet.
like, oh my
You know what
God.
I'm saying?
You trying to pick them apart.
Yeah.
Why you pick them apart
Exactly.
like that?
Why do you
You
do
know
that
what?
like that? It's wrong.
That's
It's
funny.
so cute when they do comedy.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
'Cause
I've
we-
seen it many times.
B Flat and I just had that conversation, and she was saying
She's
that
beautiful, too.
she's very
Yeah.
beautiful. She's one of the coolest females you will ever meet.
Oh, yeah.
And she's very supportive. She puts people on. She
That's
helps
dope.
people out.
Oh, yeah.
We shared a lot of stories, but one thing she spoke about
She sure
was
put me
how,
on before.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about that
for
too. But she's friends with Vanessa Fraction. Y'all know Vanessa just
Yeah,
got married.
definitely.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out to Vanessa Fraction. That's my girl.
Yeah, Vanessa just got married, and she has a little studio in her basement. But we were talking about how, what she said, they said women can't get along in comedy, they're trying to
Right.
compete. And she said, Vanessa and I clicked.
That's
April
dope.
17th, I can't make it because I'm going to go see Devin the Dude. I'm excited
Right,
about that.
right, right.
I got a show at Devin the Dude. But
Man,
they're all,
listen.
it's going to be Lunel, Vanessa Fraction,
Damn.
B Flat, Sherry Shepard. They're all doing a girls'
Sherry
day,
Shepherd,
April
I heard
17th
that.
in Atlanta.
Heavy.
She
And
got Barbara
Yeah.
Carlisle on there.
Yeah.
The funniest woman in comedy
Word.
besides B Flat.
She'll probably be there.
Barbara Carlisle.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh my
That's what
God.
we talked. We
I
spoke
did,
about
I
the
did
women.
Comic View with Barbara Carlisle. She's from Georgia. She's from Atlanta. She is hysterical.
Okay.
Yeah,
she's
she's
just
in-
hysterical.
She's actually
I'm
in Atlanta
serious.
doing shows right now.
Yeah.
But that's
yeah.
what we spoke about, the women getting along in comedy. It is, it's a challenge.
I used to go down south and do shows with her, and I mean, it was some joints that looked like the CNS, but it took the dirt. It was like Harpo's juke joints. It was a dirt road to get there and everything, but they were partying like nobody's business. You hear me? Fish frying, you can smell that from a mile away. Like, oh, they doing it. They are doing. Oh man, it's Chitlin Circuit.
Oh, okay.
That's a Chitlin Circuit.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
part of it when
Oh,
you get
yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah.
And they treat you like you've never been.
Yeah.
Both all these beautiful places got the green room and stuff, and they won't even bring you a water. Places down south, I love the Chitlin Circuit. They don't call it that anymore, but you know.
Yeah.
When was the last time you that somebody tried to pay you in food? Just
It's
saying.
been a long time ago, but a dude did. Well, he was gonna give me a couple dollars too. A guy I'd never forget. He called me. He like, "Is this the comedian?" I said, "Yeah." It was an old man. He like, "This Walt's around the corner from Sinclair." Like I know who the fuck he
Right,
is. you
right,
know,
right,
around the
right.
corner from Sinclair. I'm like, "Okay, Walter, what can I do for you?" He said, "We seen you on TV. We thought you were funny as hell. We having a cookout next Saturday, and we wonder if you could do some of them funny jokes in the backyard." So I said, "Walter, that'll cost you $250." This is a long time ago.
Right.
I said, "Walter, that'll cost you $250." Walter said, "No, hell no. We're gonna give you a plate of food and $50."
How you gonna tell me my price?
And guess
Right,
what? The
right.
end of the joke was, that was some of the best barbecue I ever had. Because I went, you know, got that $50 and barbecue and shit, you know what I mean? But
I
yeah,
get it. I
somebody
get it.
did, and that was a true story. The guy
That's
I'll be like,
crazy.
no, hell no.
The worst I had was a promoter tell me the venue holds 1,500 people. It's definitely gonna sell out.
It's gonna sell
It's
out.
gonna sell out.
Yeah, 1,500.
But I can feed you and give you a couple drinks. First of all, I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? Second of
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
look at me.
Yeah.
I ain't missed no meal. I can
Yeah,
feed
come on.
myself
I
for
can
sure.
feed myself.
But that was it. I'm like, you telling me
Off
you,
the money,
Yeah.
off this 500 you supposed to give me.
Exactly.
I can feed myself.
Exactly. The venue gonna sell out.
Yeah.
It's gonna sell, but I ain't giving you shit. Nah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
My
That's the
question-
first thing you gotta know. How many people does it hold?
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many people does it? Because this is how we gonna get paid.
Yep.
Comics get paid by the minute.
Yes, sir.
We don't get paid by the hour or half hour. I'm $20 a minute.
Oh, nice.
When I'm doing okay, thank you stuff for people, $10 a minute.
Right.
You
right.
know, homeboy stuff, $10 a minute.
Right.
But if it's that, I'm $20 a minute. I need to know how much you're selling the ticket for,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to know how many people it holds.
Promoters don't want to give you that information.
Right.
Well,
right,
they
right.
got to.
They supposed
They
to.
supposed to.
Or I'ma look it up.
Yeah.
All I hear is,
Yeah.
hey, you know how COVID is right now. You know what I'm saying? I hear that like
I've heard all
crazy.
kinds
Well, just send half my
Yeah.
money up front then that I
Exactly.
asked for. How about that?
Right.
Yeah.
If you do
Right.
that, I know you're dead serious.
Right. Right.
These other people, if they don't want to send half the money up front
Got you.
or a third of the money, you're not serious about this show.
Right.
Got you.
Mark,
I may not show up.
got a
Right.
question for Mark.
Okay.
Tell me about a time you had to roast somebody.
I typically do not roast people
Okay.
Unless, like I said, you have to be
I
doing
do.
the most for me to say
I
something
do.
about you.
Okay.
And even when I do roasts and stuff like that, I kind of do it like nice and lighthearted, where I say something about you and then I put it back on me,
There you
Okay.
go.
so that I don't
So-
want to alienate the audience.
Do you
Right,
ever
yeah.
pick on anyone in the audience when you're doing stand up?
I don't.
That's
I'ma tell
good.
you.
I love that about
And if you
I
do,
love that.
change it to somebody else. If you see him and you ever seen a motherfucker, my cousin, you
Yeah.
ever, and
Nice.
change it straight. Don't do it to them.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm on the road a lot.
Yeah.
Don't do. I'm by myself. I'm on the
Exactly.
road. Don't
Oh,
do that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You don't want that kind of flack.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
You want everybody leaving that show loving you.
Yeah.
You want everybody getting in line, buying DVDs,
Mhm.
T-shirts, whatever the fuck you got to say.
Right.
Right.
That's what you want.
I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
needed to
thing.
hear
Like I
that.
said,
So-
the last show I did at the Funny Bone, this girl was standing up talking, and I
Oh,
said she was,
God, I heard
I said,
that.
listen, I will go get the manager, and I got my rating list, and I'll blow it in your face. Listen, I just wanted to just
You
let
gotta
her
do
know.
some tastefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are so cute with your ignorant ass.
Right.
Oh my God, you gotta juice them tastefully.
Right.
Mark,
right.
please show the camera your jacket.
Okay.
Please, we gotta see your branding.
Okay, let me stand up real quick. Do that and everything.
Word
Yeah,
up.
Love it.
yeah.
The
That's
wristbands, you know,
Yeah.
put it on my
No
shirt,
doubt,
you
no
know,
doubt, no
always,
doubt.
always be branded.
I
Okay.
love it.
man.
Love it. He got
That's
the
cold.
pen.
Mm-hmm.
We got the pen.
Got the pen.
That's
And we got the
cold-blooded.
bracelet.
That is Rick James cold-blooded, man.
Word.
Holy smokes and gee whiz. I mean that.
I appreciate
I'm gonna
that.
say that and I'm gonna mean
I
that.
appreciate that. I appreciate
I love it.
God damn it.
Holy smokes and
Dan-
gee whiz.
Danger, same
That was
question.
one of Rick James' favorite lines. He used to say that a lot. Holy smokes and gee whiz. He threw that in a couple songs.
Oh. So
Thank
same question to me.
Yes. When did you
I,
roast?
I've been, put it like this, I've been big all my life, so roasting was like a way for me to survive, and that was mainly in the house with my family and stuff.
Oh,
Had to
yeah,
come
yeah.
back.
Yeah,
Had to come back.
big time,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah, sure.
So
sure.
I love roasting. I do. I get off on it. I do. I like it. But I'm not gonna disrespect you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I may talk about something you got on, but I ain't gonna be your motherfucker and all this. I ain't gonna do none of that. But I absolutely love it. My thing is I've been receiving it all my life. You know what I'm saying? So I can give it. I can dish it out just as well as I take
Right.
it. I
And
love it.
I'm
You-
telling you, do it in theaters more than the
Right.
comedy club
Right.
per se.
I got you.
With the big theaters, you can do it all day.
Got you.
Everybody gonna get on your side because there's so many people.
Right. Right.
You know what I
right.
mean?
Right. Yep.
But the small venues, smaller venues, you want everybody on your side.
Right. Okay. And that, now that you say that, quick story. I did a family reunion like 2 years ago with another comic. I'm not gonna say his name, but
Not gonna mention them.
no, I'm not gonna
We'll
mention.
talk about that offline.
And right, and everybody there was, except for the birthday for the lady that was throwing it, everybody's pretty much from Mississippi.
Right.
So I'm talking, I'm doing my thing, and people are laughing, they enjoying it. But it was this one gentleman, older black guy, gray hair, probably about late 60s. He kept going, man, this nigga ain't funny. He just kept saying, everybody else laughing.
Yeah.
So I was like, you just mad because I'm not a slave. And
Oh.
where I,
Guilty.
oh my God. I was
All
like,
the Miss Alabama Mississippi came out of it, didn't it?
even the other comic that was with me was like, bro, like, yo, it's just us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just like, we can't
This
get
nigga
dealt
turned
with, man.
into Louisiana,
Right.
didn't it?
It ended good, you know, it ended real well, but yeah, when I didn't even think about it, I just kept going like, oh, slave, blah, blah, I just kept going. Then
Right.
after I thought about it, I was like, they get ready to get me,
Ooh,
man.
yeah.
But it ended well, it ended
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
That was an error on my part, for sure.
No, I'm
I
telling you,
effed up.
one night, long time ago, I learned my own, I called a white girl Patsy Cline.
Oh.
That's
And
good.
you know Patsy Cline, and she was a big white girl. I said, look, Patsy Cline, I'm not gonna keep listening to your shit.
Dagger.
At the end of the night, she's crying, double clutching.
Oh, shit.
You called me Patsy Cline. I took umbrage and offense that she wanted to show me how big her dictionary, her vocabulary word. I took a umbrage and offense that I was so appalled at what you said. I ended up putting her in the cab. First, I bought her about 3 drinks.
Dang.
And ended up, at the end of the night, putting her in the cab to send her home because her friends left her.
Oh.
Because she wanted to bitch at me so bad. And they told her to go home, but she wasn't going to leave until I came back out to talk to her. And she was going to double clutch and cry until I came out. No, I want to talk to him. I'm not leaving. She was going to make a spectacle. That was the
That's
funniest
fine.
shit. That was and I said, you know what, after that night, And that wasn't even like somebody with a fight gear starter, nothing like that, or
Right,
niggas, or
right.
not, you know, that night made me know I need everybody liking Stephen King.
yeah.
You know, words are powerful.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can straight hurt somebody's fucking feelings with these words.
Yeah.
You really can. It could be people at the show that came, they didn't wasn't having a good day,
Mhm.
and some
Yeah,
people made
yeah.
them come like, come on to the show and
Right,
shit,
right.
and then you rag on those people.
Yeah,
that's
Was
true.
having a shitty ass their life. They feel like killing themselves.
Right.
And they people that brought them to the comedy show. It's up for us to uplift everybody.
Yep.
We are doctors.
Yep.
Great
Yeah.
We are
advice.
doctors.
Right.
You cannot stab a few
Humor
people
doctors.
and heal a few.
Right.
How you? What kind of doctor are you?
Yep.
You knocking people in the head. DL, I told DL the same thing. Well, DL, when they went off on DL, the crowd went off on. I said, DL, you can't knock them in the head and heal them at the same time. Now, goddammit, it's hard to
His
do
thing,
that.
Too. He's
Yeah.
It's hard to
He
do
was
that. That's
shot.
the end of the show. You're
I used to
welcome.
love it though. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Man, I opened for DL 100 times. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Tyann,
Yes, ma'am.
your mom, a wife, you got your own business.
Dope.
What are your daily responsibilities? look at Cuz over
Say
there.
feed your husband supposed to be one, cause that's one of my wives. Daily requirement.
Man,
Feed me.
I'm really all about balance. So I want to make sure he's good. I want to make sure my children are good, and I want to make sure I'm good. You know, and it's like it's a challenge. That's really where She Shed comes from.
Okay.
Is because I was doing all that. I'm like I haven't even gotten a chance to read a book. You know, and I'm a reader. You know, I'm not a TV person. I'm a reader. I'm like I haven't studied. I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I'm like back and forth. So daily is trying to make sure that everybody maintains a proper balance. You know. And
No doubt about
it's a
it.
lot
That's
because-
it. That's important.
Yeah.
And don't let She Shed get in the way of your wifely duties. You feel me?
Um,
Because my wife, my wife makes a lot of money. She's an account executive. So she works all the time and everything, you know what I mean? Even at home. She just all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm like, well shit, what the hell?
Well,
I
you
make
know-
a lot of money too.
The thing about it is I've been an independent contractor as a hairstylist for 18 years.
See,
So
that's
I know how to, really organize my time when it comes to those types of
Okay,
things.
you're not new to that.
Yeah, I'm not new to it. I'm true
Okay.
to it. I promise on everything I love.
Okay.
And
I'm sorry, Tyann. You
It's-
do gotta do comedy, bro.
Well,
Your time is. I'm
It's
not new
hard
to
to
it.
It's
I'm new to
impeccable.
it. I was like, wait a minute.
Right?
I was writing it down like I'm gonna use that.
Word. No, but it's honestly like we met during the pandemic. You know what I mean? We met during the pandemic and
Beautiful.
we spent every single day together, like really becoming friends and getting to know
Right,
each other. So
right.
it was like you start learning that we work as a team well. So it was like it's not hard.
Right.
It's not hard
Right,
to
right.
when it's us time. She Sheds on hold and
Okay.
and people who I mentor, I mentor grown
And
women.
you go on your
know what I'm
spiritual
saying?
journey,
And
yeah,
we do our
yeah.
thing from this time to this time. After that, that's all him. That's
You
all the
advance your
kids.
spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how do y'all unwind at night?
Uh-oh.
It could be wine. You
Nah,
know, but
I'm
he's okay with that.
It's the bowl.
Yeah,
It's the
I'm a
bowl.
recovered alcoholic,
That's
so
okay.
I got the bowl.
I don't touch no alcoholic beverages.
Right.
My brother,
That's right.
my brother
How's it
looked
feel?
up quick. He was like,
After the show, I got you.
See, they don't have no cabinet.
Oh yeah,
After
we
the show.
that yeah.
They got the weed tray, not the
It's
liquor
not-
cabinet. Okay.
Yeah.
We're
No,
straight.
we talk a lot. We
Good,
talk a
that's-
lot. We
that's
vibe
beautiful.
real heavy.
Yeah.
That's a
with
beautiful
scripture,
thing.
life. We might
Yes.
watch a documentary or something like
Right.
that, and literally
Right.
like
Right.
just go in like that. It's just been a pretty dope experience.
And that's why I married my wife, because we vibe so well. I'll tell you a story. I cooked for my wife.
Mhm.
I invited her over to my house, and this is when I had my house in Galloway. And I invited her over. I cooked for her and everything.
I would have
And
never
we-
drove all the way to
and-
Galloway to go
Jesus.
to somebody's house. I know.
And we watched Jeopardy.
So-
Well, she lived in Hilliard, so it wasn't far. It wasn't a far shot. We're both on the west side of Columbus, so
Mhm.
I invited her to my house. So Jeopardy comes on. Jeopardy. From my father, I'm a lifelong Jeopardy fan.
Mhm.
So I've watched Jeopardy and done crossword puzzles my entire life. So yeah, rest in peace, Alex Trebek. And watching Jeopardy. And long story short, she's popping off, she's hitting questions, Rocket Gibraltar.
That was attractive.
So I was like, hell no.
Yeah, that was attractive.
It was so attractive.
I'm telling you, hey,
Smart.
we was sitting in the car.
You know?
We was sitting in the car, and he's a music head. He's a hip hop head, and so we sit in the car, and I might play a song, and he's like, "Yo, this came from such and such. I done Googled such and such." I'm like, "How you know?
How do you know that already?
But I pulled up
Yeah.
listening to what I listened to, and he's
Uh-huh.
like, "She can't be serious."
Right.
Oh, I'm dead serious.
We're gonna have to get your shit together.
Yeah.
The musical ears gotta be expanded.
Oh, they are.
Expanded
No,
upon.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yes.
I pull up listening
Yes,
to Supreme
indeed.
Clientele. He's like,
Right.
swear that was you pulling
Yeah.
up. It was.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so, you know, that's my
certainly.
bestie.
Certainly. Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Yep, it is.
The vibing.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. I mean, people jump into relationships and don't really know the person until, because like quarantine, that a lot of relationships
Downhill.
were-
Yeah.
Word.
Hey,
But they ain't know each other.
they didn't know.
They had work. They had work
There you
kids
go.
in school, and
There
it's
you go.
like,
There you
hey,
go. They were apart
that's all we
most
had.
of the day.
But when you gotta be together,
You gotta be
Yeah.
together.
quarantine,
Yeah.
like I said, it either make or break your relationship.
Yes,
It was
indeed.
quarantine. I ain't
Yes,
gonna lie.
indeed.
Truth be told, it was a blessing in disguise. It
Mhm.
really
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Like, cause I was on the road a lot. I was doing so many different things. I had
Sure.
to slow it down.
Sure.
And focus on the family.
No
Focus
doubt.
on me too. Like I said,
Yeah.
mental health is important.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Self-care.
I try to take my wife with me on the road as much as possible,
totally.
but she works a lot. Like I said, she's
Right.
an account exec, so she works a lot.
Mhm.
So this put me at home, cut everything off. I'm
Right,
not going
right.
anywhere.
Mhm.
So, you know, it made me know I love my wife even more. you know,
Right.
than I did. So.
Shoot, we started 2 businesses in the pandemic.
See, that's
Let's
what's
go.
up.
Real
That's
talk,
it.
like we
People,
both
are you
started 2 businesses.
listening?
Yeah.
People, are you listening to
Yeah.
this? Oh my goodness.
That's
Yeah.
what they say. If you ain't got no hustle mentality in this pandemic,
Yeah.
it just ain't in you.
Yeah. We had to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not in you.
Steve,
That's
question
when I
for you, bro.
did
Do
all
you have
this.
a road trip buddy that you go with, like that, that's like a regular with you?
I've had a lot in the days, you know,
Yeah.
I've been doing stand-up since 1992.
Ooh.
So I've had a lot of, me and Shorty Rock, Shorty Rock and I, oh my God, that was my dog, that was my road dog. We went everywhere together and we drove.
Dope.
That's before flights and, you know, they put me on planes and stuff. It was all driving around the country.
Mhm.
And me and Shorty Rock, I had another friend, Ray Baez.
That's my,
from
that's
New
my
York.
brother, man. Yeah.
Ray, I know Ray.
Yeah.
We all know Ray.
Ray and I, we traversed the country as well a little
Awesome.
bit. The first guy was Big Daddy Fitz. He's a comic from Detroit. He passed away about 20 years ago.
Heavy set. Did he always wear hats and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah,
Big Daddy
I remember
Fitz
him.
was on the AT Comic View
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
The Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh my, this
remember him.
dude. Oh my God, he's the one that hit me to, like if you got friends in that city, why you ain't getting the extra, you should be staying with them.
Right.
You know, they getting you a hotel for $150. You tell them, put that in the
Add that
budget.
to your- yeah.
Put that in the
Huh?
budget, man. I'll stay with my boy. I'll sleep on the couch.
Yep.
We're grinding. You know what I mean? We're grinding back
Definitely.
then. You know, before the money was 20 a minute.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
Right, right.
See,
Yeah.
people don't
When you
understand
going to
about
Detroit
family
for
grind.
$300,
Yep.
you go to Detroit for $250, $300. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You know,
Private
you
drive.
better sleep on somebody's couch.
Yeah.
And you'll come home with $100.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's crazy.
That's dope.
Danger.
Yes, ma'am.
If you was not doing comedy, what would you be doing?
I have a regular 9 to 5. I
Okay.
work in the mental health field, and that's my.
Ah.
give me a job.
Yeah.
Shit,
that's-
I've been out of work for so long.
Yeah, that's it's like, of course I like comedy more, but my 9 to 5 I absolutely love. I love waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
I do. I'm like, oh, I'm going to work. I'm cool.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
So yeah,
no
yeah,
doubt,
definitely.
No doubt.
That's
No
dope.
doubt. I love getting up in the morning too, to see my wife off. Kiss the shit out of her every morning. I get up and brush my teeth early as shit. Just to kiss her on her way to work.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because I know I got the whole house to myself. We got a
Right,
big,
right,
beautiful house.
right.
And you know, I can run around and practice and rehearse and
Yeah.
yell and holler and, you know, no one's there. So, you know.
Right.
And my neighbors are
Oh,
like,
man.
my neighbors are like 25 yards away from me, from our house. The houses are like 25 yards apart. so I can, just go bananas.
That's dope. That is dope.
And that's how I like to rehearse.
Right.
I go over my whole house. I'm in every mirror. I run downstairs. I say something else in the other mirror.
Right.
I'm smoking at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Owning that craft.
Yeah, I'm smoking. I'm running around the whole house. I'm looking out the front window, looking out the back window. Now, I'm gonna tell all young comics something. What I used to do when I got writer's block. What I used to do, I would get up early in the morning. I would go downtown and get on the bus. I would get on the bus and ride the main bus ride. I would get a all-day pass. Costs like $3, right?
Yeah.
To ride all day.
Okay.
I'm sitting on the back with my notepad. Writing.
Number material.
Just looking out the window and everybody
Right.
gets on. I'm like, look at this.
Right.
Looking out the
Okay.
window. I'm telling you, by the end of the day, and I would ride it for like 5-6 hours. I would tell the driver, hey, I got all day. You see the all day. I'm gonna write some jokes. I'm gonna sit on the back. I'm gonna ride with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like, all right, okay, cool.
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes I would sit right beside him and just crack him up.
They call that the meat seat.
I would sit right
They call that
beside
the
him.
meat seat.
And then sometimes I would have to get up because the crazy, they want to
Shout out
sit
to
there
Tony.
and talk to the bus driver. I'll be sitting there. And then you got to get up and go back to the back. Like they like to sit there and talk to the driver, but sometimes that's funny. You can bounce your jokes off the driver.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that is the best way to break writer's block in the world. Get on the Coda bus, get on the back and just ride. Ride to Cleveland. Ride the Cleveland Avenue, you're gonna get all you want.
You can do it all day long. It's gonna be all kind of
Because
interesting.
it's a long ride.
Yeah.
I think what the number 1 and the number 2 are the longest rides.
Okay.
That's all over the city
They the
down there.
longest rides
They
too.
is.
They the livest
Hey,
rides.
that number 1 and number 2 is
They
the
the
bestest.
they're the
It
livest.
is.
They are the livest rides. Jump on the bus. You ever get writer's block? Jump on the bus. Have your pad. I bet it be half full when you get back home.
Right.
Yeah.
That pad gonna be half
That's true.
full
Facts.
when you get back home.
When I lived in Vegas, I used to go every day to the Strip, and I used to sit at the ice cream shop called Serendipities, and I would look at people and just write. I came up with so many stories, and that's a good idea.
I
Get
do
on the
that
bus.
at Easton. I do that at Easton a lot.
Like I'll
People
go
watch
down to
them.
Bellagio's.
Yeah.
When I'm in Vegas, I'll go to Bellagio's and just sit in front of the fountains and wait on that shit to start. But I'll be staying at the Luxor.
Right.
But I'll walk down.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 'Cause
To
that's where I
Bellagio.
stay every time I go to Luxor. Every time.
I stay in the Luxor every single time.
Right,
I go to
right.
Vegas.
Yeah.
They're great rooms.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
I performed in the Luxor before.
Okay.
And so, I've opened up for the magician.
Copperfield.
No.
David Blaine.
Blaine. Yeah.
Blaine. I've opened up for the dude
That
before.
dude crazy,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
He's bananas.
Yeah.
That's
Bananas.
crazy.
I mean, he ran by me one time and he wasn't even looking and knew he didn't shake my hand and stopped and came back and knew he shook it and went on.
He a
Shook
bad
everybody's hand in the aisle. He shook everybody's hand in the aisle. He didn't shake my hand and he knew it. And like, wait a minute.
It's
And
crazy.
He a bad dude.
he didn't even look back. He didn't even look back. Like I missed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming through the whole crowd. Now it's hundreds of people.
That's crazy. Question for you, Steven.
Okay.
What's the worst? I'm not gonna say venue because I don't want you putting nobody on blast. What's the worst show you've done? Not performance-wise, but like I shouldn't be performing it here.
That's
What?
a good question, Danger.
Thank you.
What the place?
Yeah.
The venue?
Or the crowd, the atmosphere. Like for example, mine was at a strip club in Dayton. and when I say
never goes well.
bruh, when I say a
Only
strip
do it.
club, I
No,
mean
I had a weekly at the strip club. We did strip club and comedy. In between the girls when they was resting their thongs, we was doing the comedy. Oh, it was cold blooded. It was off the chain.
See, they had
They were rinsing their phones.
right.
Resting.
The worst part for mine
Take it to
though
the king.
was the females were on stage
Right.
while I was on comedy.
Nobody
They were-
was even.
They were screaming while you was
Yes, yes, I'm on stage. No, I couldn't.
They looking at the ass, looking at you. Looking at the ass, looking at you.
Danger did joke.
And I'm sitting there like, so y'all like the such and such, and they like, man, if you don't get your big ass off the stage, we're not
yeah.
looking at you, man.
I
It was
They clap right over
What
you.
idea
Clap,
was
clap,
that?
clap, clap, clap.
Whoever it is a
This
horrible.
was it was like 4 years ago, and I was excited because the money was good. But I thought it was gonna be comedy. After the comedy
how you
show,
all
you got the stripper.
like
Yeah,
exactly. They tried to do
Wow.
comedy during while the strippers were dancing.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's
Yeah,
a lie.
it was terrible. It was
Well,
terrible.
I've been in places and the comics who had the place, they're allowing the owners to like let them watch television, let them shoot pool, let them do
No.
everything. And why they come? I said, hey, when I get on, you going to stop all that shit.
Yeah, you got to cut everything off.
Come on now.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yep.
You paid
Shut
me
it
to
down.
be here.
Right,
that down.
right, right,
Shut that
right.
shit down.
Yeah.
I don't want no TV monitors on. I don't want nobody shooting kalak and 8-ball and shit. Are you crazy? That's disrespectful, man, to your
Absolutely.
craft.
Absolutely.
Come
Absolutely.
on.
That's weird.
I'm not a singer.
Right. That's crazy.
I'm not a piano singer. You know, piano bar singer.
Right.
You
Sing all the front of songs.
You could have
Right.
did Sammy Davis Jr. That's your shit.
I do rap a little though.
I could have did Sammy. I mean, I really could have. I just couldn't
Word
enjoy
up.
it.
He can dance and everything,
Who
y'all.
can make some crack rock? Smoke it in a pipe.
That's spot on.
Spend up all his money
Shit.
and be spooked all night. The Geeker Man.
The Geeker Man
The
can.
Geeker
Oh, the
Man
Geeker
can.
Man can.
Yeah.
That boy good.
That was
That
good.
boy good.
That boy
Yeah.
He smokes a lot of crack. He says it all tastes good.
Pecos beer.
I had to say it's okay.
Bang,
Okay.
Who can take a half ounce?
Word up.
Hide it in his glove.
Bang, bang,
He
bang.
won't tell where it is, so some kingpins fuck him up. The Geeker Man.
Bang, bang.
Comedy album coming
Oh,
soon.
Right,
Stevie
right,
G.
right,
Oh
right.
yeah, it's
Comedy
coming soon.
album.
That's gonna be on there. That's gonna be, y'all ain't heard shit.
Oh,
Y'all haven't heard anything. You gotta get my comedy album. I'm working on it now.
You got one out currently right now? That's available?
I've got DVDs out, but my comedy album is my first one. I'm going to Richard Pryor in. I won't be as cursy, but I'll be as racy.
Okay.
Racy not being racial, but racy.
Are you gonna film it locally?
Oh, I'm gonna film it probably right here in these SlapStik studios.
Go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know, half of it here, half of it live. You know, I don't know what venue yet, but half of it here and half of it live, just because I wanted to go over like gangbusters. I want them to know the live portion and the, you know, and they won't know which is which.
Right.
They won't.
Listen, if Lord willing, I want to be in the building. I would love
I know
it.
that's right.
I'm telling you, I want to.
I'm gonna make sure
I got
at
some
all of
stuff
them.
for 'em.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got some stuff for. I want to talk about, you know, we got to put some parameters on all this gayness in art with black people now. Come on now, it's running amok. All this faggotry and bulldagotry is running a fucking muck, and we got to have some parameters. For instance, if you got over 2 kids, you cannot be a lesbian, bitch. No. Talking about you got 5 or 6 kids. I don't like dick no more. No, dick don't like you no more, bitch. Shut up. Go to bed with that shit. We're not playing no more in the black community. We don't have no time to be playing around no more. For real.
Save
If you
that
got
for
over
your
2
album.
kids,
Save that for your album.
it's coming. It's coming. I don't even want to say what I want to talk about. Little fags running around.
You may as well. You
Your daddy come to the school and you at the top of the fucking pyramid talking about give me a V victory. Bitch, if you don't.
Oh my God.
Hey, don't go nowhere.
They own it, bro. They own it.
The
Oh,
views
man.
expressed by
You don't
Stephen
bring your
G.
punk ass down from there.
Or not those. Talking about the studs, bro.
Me and Danger, you
Me and
just.
Danger had the craziest night.
Oh,
Man,
Oh, let's
right.
hear about. Come
We-
on,
we-
Nick. I'm gonna pull the mic
we-
over so you can tell your
Come
story.
on, come on, bro.
Comedian Dick Dickerson in the building.
Dick Dickerson
showed up. That's big homie.
Sweet in the building,
Listen,
y'all.
listen, me and Danger went through, like, we was doing the show at the Funny Bone.
Right.
Everything was cool, man.
Right.
After, you know, I did my thing, and Shawty walked up on me. She had a dress on.
Okay, show at the funny bone.
Yep, and she walked up on me, and she gave me a hug. And she was like, it's me, nigga. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
With a
I'm
deep
like,
ass-
with a deep ass
Yeah.
voice. I'm talking to Danger for like at least 30 minutes. I'm like, bro, I'm hugging every girl that walked past. I'm feeling everything. I'm like, everything here.
Everything better be correct.
Everything correct. So then her girlfriend comes, and I hug on her girlfriend. I'm like, I'm just trying to feel everything,
I gotta
make
feel
sure
you too.
everything there. She's like, nah, that's my girl. She just dressed like a girl tonight, cause usually she's dressed like a dude all the time. She always dressed like a dude.
So she was a stud.
So she had a dress on and she had a wig on, and she was like, "It's me, nigga." And I was like, I didn't know what to think.
Yo, that's
I've never seen it before in my life.
And
That's
she's
a
a
100% true
Yeah,
story.
she's
I was there the whole
Oh my
time,
God.
and I was clowning the hell out
I
of
was,
her.
I was stuck. I was stuck. I was stuck.
He was being like, oh shit, my bad.
Maybe you was clowning who?
I was clowning him.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I was
You
clowning him the
clowned
whole time. I was like, bruh, you know that's a dude. Bro.
Oh,
You know that's a dude,
I
bro.
was
So wait, did you know this person?
Nah.
I only seen her one time, and
Her?
she had on men clothes.
Oh my
So
God.
she.
I'd have had to do a Donald Trump. Come here.
Right.
I'd have went up the middle.
See, that's why they
I'd have went up the middle.
There's a whole debate right now.
Yes, I
about
will,
it,
too.
Like I said, about people who are transgender saying that they don't need to tell people that they're transgender.
Well,
That's how people
I
get
think they
killed,
do.
bro.
They do.
I think
totally
they do.
disrespectful. That's like
If
you
you
have
transgender
if
people
you have
out there, I
an
think
STD,
you
you
need to
don't
tell
tell nobody.
somebody.
Right.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I will never.
That
tell.
should be a rule. That should be a law.
It should be a law.
Yeah.
It should be a law.
You go to
Really.
jail right away.
If you're tricking a man and you're saying you're a woman, I don't care if you had the total change and you got a vagina now.
Yep. I
You
agree.
understand me?
I
I don't care if you've got the total sex change. You should let somebody know.
I totally agree.
Alert your partner or who you like or who liking you. Don't let him get
Well,
to that.
you should do it to keep it 100
Right.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Like
I'm
nobody
saying.
should have to prod you
Yeah.
To find out.
to find out things that you
Yep, that's
know
true.
that they should know.
See,
Yeah.
that's true.
Like,
Gotta
that's
wrestle a baby
trash.
picture out your hand.
That's trash.
Bitch, give me the baby picture, bitch.
See,
Let me see it.
That's exactly what I'm
Photoshop baby pictures though.
Oh, God.
I need to see
Okay, braids.
I need to see
Okay.
his best friend.
All right.
I need at least 3 to 4 references too. Like, hey, who he was in the Girl Scout? I need proof.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's real.
I need to talk to your 6th grade teacher.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm telling y'all the trick. Just get their driver's license.
That'll tell it.
Driver's
No, it
license.
might,
They
it
change
may
it.
not.
They
It
change
may
it.
not.
Yeah, they can change your
It
name.
may not, Danger. It may not. Not now.
And you
that's-
can't even tell nowadays.
See, that's why my trust issues are so bad.
You can't
Yeah.
tell nowadays. Like you can pull, they can pull up a picture of a girl. You like, man, that's a girl. Nope.
Mhm.
Been the coldest thing since Iceland.
Man, because I've seen some beautiful
Yeah.
And
men.
a lot of guess what a lot of
They
dudes
too
will say?
agree.
Well, I'm not gonna do it. That dude out of her right now, or him.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. That's a woman to me now, and everything, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't tell somebody. I mean, really, come on now.
I agree.
Come on.
I think
It's
it's just to
absolutely
keep
wrong.
it 100, like
Broke motherfuckers, quit acting like you got money. That's wrong. That's wrong to trick a woman.
You can't trick a
You
chick.
a liar. Come on now, you're a
well, the truth of the
liar.
matter is,
True.
a woman know.
Yes.
We know. We
These
know.
niggas be
we know,
having
we know.
knockoffs though, bro. I've seen some
And-
knockoff
and-
shit.
I'm not
Hey,
even looking at. I'm not even looking at. I'm not even looking
No.
at what they have on.
They must have.
I'm looking at your management of your finances
Yeah.
to tell if you got some bread or not.
They might have a close cousin.
Let me tell you something. My grandfather owned a construction.
And he run around with his cousin's car and everything and all that.
Excuse me. My grandfather owned a construction company.
Yes, he did.
My great grandmother left every one of her kids a business and very prosperous businesses,
Oh, that's a
right?
beautiful thing.
Check. Hold a whole construction company.
Yeah,
You would
that's
have
not the
never
norm.
known.
That's-
You would have
yeah.
never known that brother owned
But
a
sis,
construction
that is
company.
not the norm for us as black people.
Right.
He was
You know?
never that's not a that wasn't a thing for him. Like he
Oh,
didn't
heck
have
no.
flashy this, that, and
Heck
the other.
no, yeah.
But he owned his house.
Not-
You know what I'm saying? He
beautiful.
owned property.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Yeah.
like our family owns
Our
property.
Yeah.
family owns
That's
Yeah.
what that's what I tell people.
And
Like my
businesses.
friends.
Yeah, they own businesses.
You buy a house, try to buy some property with your house.
Yeah, it's better to get your house built because you own
Please.
that lot.
You own the lot.
You just
Yeah.
buy a house on somebody, you only just getting that crib.
Well, you buy the house and you
Yeah.
own it and the lot and you know what I mean?
And I like the
You own
brag.
it all.
Dropping
You do.
gems in here,
Yeah,
boy.
and I like to brag that my grandfather had a construction company.
Let's go.
Next, okay, they had a garage. They had their house, the garage.
Yeah.
Next to the garage, my grandfather built my grandmother a beauty shop.
Yeah.
And in that beauty shop, I went 18 years, got my hair done. My aunts did nails.
Right, right.
Everybody, like,
Yeah.
Like my last
All
house,
business.
my last house in Galloway, I didn't own the house. I didn't pay it all the way off, but I sold it. Got all the equity
Yeah.
and bam, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
my-
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hadn't bought the house outright, but I sold the house.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the people who bought the house was
Yeah.
going to make me buy the house outright, and with the equity and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's ways around it.
Oh yeah.
It's ways around it, but you have to own some property.
You gotta own something.
You gotta own some property.
Yeah.
You really, really do.
I'd rather own some property than we already had that discussion.
Yeah,
we
just
was
to rent
talking prior
people.
to the show, like
Just to rent from someone,
I
yeah.
have 3 kids. Like I'm never gonna walk around here with a $1,500 bag on that's the size of my phone.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah,
say,
come
show
on.
that I have it. Like
Just
I have
to-
kids, we
Yep.
go on a trip.
Just
Yeah.
because
That's-
to show
that's
you got a
pretty
Fendi
great.
bag
Yeah, that's sweet.
that costs
Yeah.
$2,500.
I'm not doing that. I don't
Yeah.
care about that type of thing.
A little one now, $2,500 now.
I'm
Wallet purse,
I'm
$2,500.
That's free promo. If I'm gonna rock somebody's brand, it's gonna be mine.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Get it out
That's
my
free
face.
promo, man. Come
You
on,
better
man.
get it out.
Hey,
Speaking
we are waking up. We are waking up as black people.
Oh,
I
man,
tell
yes,
you,
listen,
the
facts.
country is waking up.
Facts.
I mean, I've talked to some of my white friends, and they are waking up. It's some things that they didn't know.
Yeah,
That
we were
they
talking about that earlier, too.
that they did not know. I was like, we were discussing some things. I was talking with my white friend. One of the things they didn't know is back in the South when the Civil War went on. If you had 20 slaves now, you did not have to go fight. A lot of my white friends didn't know that. They're like, what? Oh, so the rich white people didn't have to go fight. It was the poor whites that had to fight. So we're fighting for the rich. You're still fighting for rich people
Right,
today.
right now.
Right
One percent.
now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Still.
You're
Bill Gates,
still.
Jeff
If they
Bezos.
started a war right now, their kids not going.
Nope.
Yours are though.
Yeah.
Poor white people and poor black people, poor Mexicans. We're the ones who won all the wars.
Yeah.
Come on, keep it real.
crazy.
We won all the wars.
DT ain't never had to go to war because his pappy had money.
That's the only time really that the country or a country should depend on its poor is when it comes to war. You should really depend on your less privileged then because they're gonna be your fighters. But
Down for whatever.
you should
desperation
distribute.
creates that.
But you should distribute the wealth equally. Because when it comes time to fight, guess who's gonna be the
But they
hardest
don't have to.
and
That's what I'm saying.
staunchest fighters?
Desperation is going to create a situation
Yeah.
where there's nothing that I won't do to get this bread.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
So they're going to do
Yeah,
it. So it's
they're
like
gonna
why
do it.
they're automatically going to do that anyway because
Right.
again they understand that they created the idea
One
that
of the-
desperation.
One of the only way outs.
Yeah.
Is what just the service for a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know, poor
Yeah,
people, black
yeah.
and brown.
Right.
The service. I mean, it's filled with us. You know, black and brown people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were talking about this earlier. Me and Tyann was talking about this. You know that they stopped teaching cursive in school.
Yes.
yeah,
I can't
yeah.
believe that.
No,
Yeah.
you know why?
No.
So people won't be able to read the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. 'cause
That's
it's in
right.
cursive.
It's in cursive.
Ain't that some heavy
So
stuff?
you
That's
can't read it
So the next generation.
verbatim. You can't read
they
it
don't
word for
know.
word.
So like I
Oh,
said,
that's
so
sad.
our kids,
My kids know cursive right.
Yeah.
When
Right.
your kids are
Yeah.
younger, anything like I think from like 2000 and younger.
I still ain't
Yeah,
learned.
my kids
Right.
are only 14, 12, and 10.
Oh,
They
so
know
you- so
they
you
know
taught 'em?
cursive right. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
see,
My
I
grand-
Oh yeah.
Cause I said I didn't even know they stopped taking it. I was like I was writing something. And my son was like, "What's that?" I said, "Cursive." He's like,
My
"Yeah, they don't
grandkids
teach
are
that
9
anymore."
and 6, and I teach them cursive.
Yeah.
You got, like I said, you got to teach your own kids. 'Cause
So-
they, like I said, because they don't want them to know their rights. They don't want you to
Their
know.
dad teaches them cursive, and when I'm around, I'm questioning them on the cursive. Write
Yeah.
this, write that.
I'm glad my kids are grown.
Yeah.
I really am,
Yeah.
especially during this time. My sons are
Certainly
21
glad.
and 23.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Crazy.
My son is 31 years old, so. You
I
know.
got a 10-year-old.
Ooh,
I'm with you.
And she
Mark.
I got
hell.
a 17-year-old and then a 6-week.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
wow.
son
Well,
is
congratulations.
31 years old. Oh, my
Wow.
God.
Yeah.
You coming out, you coming out. Well, personally, me, I've been a father to like all of my nieces and nephews.
Right,
If
right.
any of them listening, they'll call in and tell you my uncle's like my dad.
Mhm.
He gave us allowance. He did this. He did that. He's always there. He's every birthday. He's there. Every black man should make it a point to be a
A
strong,
father figure.
Present.
Right.
a strong presence
Yeah.
in his family's life,
Facts.
men and female,
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
boys and girls.
Yeah.
They need their uncle. They need they need us.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Honestly, I've got one kid because when I had my son back in 1989, when my son was born, me and his mother didn't make it. you know, we didn't make it. We were going to get married, but she started arguments and shit while we engaged. I'm like, oh, this ain't the one. It's not gonna happen. And so when it didn't happen, you know, I was like, I'm not gonna have a bunch of other kids and go through this child support and everything, because I'm making good money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those deadbeat, and you know, I'm in the streets, so I'm making a lot of money.
Right.
And she's like, oh, it's child support, it's all of this. So I was like, okay, it's condom time.
Ain't nothing like when you get that check and that your supplement came out already. Woo.
Right.
That's a dagger,
Look,
boy.
I'm paying child support and giving my son allowance. So it was like double. But I had it, but and his mama, he's like, Dad, I need a couple dollars for this. I'm giving you allowance. You know, it was just like that. You know,
So-
because I always got allowance from my father. So that's why I like pass it down to my son.
I
And
wish
we're all parents in here,
Yeah.
and we're talking about having a strong presence. But what is something you want your children to learn from you?
For me, it would
That
be.
you gave him that Gerber insurance.
Right.
That got that Gerber insurance.
I remember that.
When they get 18,
Right.
oh shit, that's about $5,600 or something, or $6,500, $8,000 or something. I was waiting on that. When my mom was like, when y'all 18, y'all gotta get out of here. I said, Mom, did you got the Gerber insurance?
Did she give it to you?
Did you get the Gerber insurance? She like, hell no, I ain't getting no Gerber. I was like, okay then. That ain't no good send off then.
Right. Facts. This is back. This is a big
You
point.
gonna kick me out with nothing?
That's a good point. As black families, we kick our kids out when they turn 18.
With nothing.
With nothing. In other cultures, they let their kids stay with them till they get married. They got a good job.
Finish
They
college.
go into a house. We gotta stop.
Finish
doing that.
college, and then after college, and everything.
So like I said, something I would like to teach to my son is financial literacy. Like we're
That's-
learning about, you know, like we was talking about this earlier, like how in other cultures they'll get they'll add their kid as authorized
No
to
doubt.
their credit
Yep.
card.
No
They
doubt.
build their credit up.
Yep.
Kid don't know
Yeah.
nothing about it. Then when they turn 18, they'll get a credit card for their kid and just
But at least
pay it off.
at least we won't kill our kids.
Very
Now, white
true.
people will.
That-
If Billy fucking up
That's
at
not
9,
true. That's not
if
true.
Billy is fucking up at 9, they will fuck Billy up and use his insurance money and move to Florida. You hear me? And Billy will have a bleach accident. They'll be like, what happened to Billy? What happened to Billy? They'll be like, Billy had a bleach accident. He drunk a thing of bleach. But we used the insurance money. We moved to Florida, bought a yacht and everything with the
Down
insurance
here with
money.
Carol Baskin.
You
got
know,
right.
that kind of close to what
Now, and these black kids,
white friends.
we ain't gonna kill them.
They
We're
real.
gonna let them last to 18.
Hey,
But let little Billy be fucking up.
He should have bleached
He won't make 9. He has a
I
bleach.
want to hear what your response is to that.
And I want to hear your response too, Tyann.
Oh, I'm
Go ahead,
definitely gonna
Nate.
give one.
I can't wait.
Mine, I would probably say, I mean, I could be political and go into I want her to know about money and blah, blah. And granted, I do, but I think a lot of that the teachers should be doing as well. But
Sure.
But for me personally, I want her to know that Daddy love her unconditional.
That's right.
Daddy loves her unconditional, and he gonna do whatever to make
Word.
make her life better. You know what I'm saying? That's probably my biggest thing. Like I said, I just want my daughter to know that I got her back 100%.
And you love her unconditionally.
She ain't gonna
and
never
Daddy's
be
gonna
without.
go the extra mile.
Definitely.
Right.
Without going the green mile.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's there
Exactly.
too.
All right.
Exa-
Yeah,
right.
yeah, might be that.
Maybe
You
there
know what?
too, because I'm gonna tell you this.
I done dodged the shit out. You know,
For
like.
Uno Dos and Trace, from this wound,
Yeah.
oh, you better trust
Yeah.
and believe.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
I feel that.
I respect.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
I'll
Now,
spend mine.
I won't do nothing to you
I know what you mean.
because of them,
Yeah.
but over them,
Yeah.
oh,
Over
hey,
them.
Right.
Over there.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's a
God.
big difference.
I done went up to my daughter's school when she was in the first and
Talk
second
that talk.
grade.
Look.
And I have no problem with
I
it.
miss prison by this much.
Right,
You hear
right.
me? Trying to be out in the streets.
I done followed my daughter's teacher before.
This much. Mother
Just
told
slow
her
down,
now.
bro.
Yeah.
Told on me and my dude. A dude told, I don't mention no names, but a dude told on me and my dude back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And my dude went to prison, but I didn't because I ain't going to hotel room. I stayed outside. They came outside and arrested me though. They did. They came outside and arrested me. I said, this is it, Lord, listen.
Well, I know my daughter told in the second grade. She told her teacher, "You don't want my dad to come up here. Don't call my dad up
Don't
here."
call my dad.
Yeah, because
For real.
it's
And
It's
they
gonna be
think,
trouble.
they think that it's gonna because you gonna get at them. Be
Exactly.
Like, no.
Exactly.
I'm a king in her butt.
I'm not
Be-
let you.
and the
Yeah.
reason being is because I know how I raised her.
Preach the
Yeah.
text.
So if it's anything going on, y'all fucking with her.
Yeah,
Right.
'cause
You
I
know
know
what
what
I'm saying?
I know
That's
what
what I
I
look
know.
at,
Right.
and it ain't happening.
Hey,
It
listen,
ain't
I used to
happening.
sneak up to my kids' preschool.
I used
I
to do
used to do
that.
that too.
Preschool?
Yep.
Hey, what?
There
High
you
school.
go.
I
Train a
used-
child
Keep
up.
the
So
high
let me tell you this. I used to sneak up to their kids' school and watch my children
Uh-huh.
with their peers.
Yep.
Because I want to know who my kids are when I'm not.
Yeah.
She's her mother.
She pop off it.
But that middle one,
Yeah.
that older
No,
girl,
she's respectful.
she's respectful because she wants you to know that she's
Right.
the best to
Uh-huh.
choose.
Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
manipulation. She
Right.
got that honestly.
She got that
so that's
honestly.
how I know she ain't disrespecting
Right.
you, sis.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, hold that down.
Because she's manipulating that
Yeah.
I am so good.
Yeah, she
Right.
wants you to think that she's the
An
best too.
angel.
But like you
Yeah.
said, you know your
Yeah.
kids.
I know my daughter.
Like I said, my son, he was in high school, he was a freshman.
Yeah.
I took a day off and went to class with him. And
Mhm.
I was in class like this.
If I'm not mistaken.
Man,
Yeah.
I'll call my son right now.
I do it. Like I said, every year I do it once a year, just to let him
Sure.
know and let the teachers know
You'll
I'm
never
crazy.
know where
and
I'm at.
You'll never know, and
Yeah.
I just pop
Never
up.
know.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
I
did it.
show up at my son's. He was in high school,
Mhm.
and I come up there, and he had got into it with something, and I knew the police lady. She was a police woman, and she was the
Like security
community liaison.
Okay.
You know, that they have and
Mhm.
stuff. So when I get there, she's like, Stephen, and trying to explain to me. I get to the office, and they're like, I said, I'm Jaleel's father and everything. Okay, we're gonna go get him. I said, no, don't alert him to my presence.
Right,
Don't be
right,
dry snitching.
Carry me down there to the room.
Right.
right.
I want to peek in on the
Yeah.
like you just
Let
said.
me
sis.
witness it.
Let
Let me
me
see
I
it.
want to see what my son is.
I
see
want
my
to
daughter's all
see.
like,
I want to
Yeah.
catch my kid in the act too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you brought him out, huh? Okay.
I want to
Yeah.
catch you.
You want to meet God today, huh?
I hate
Oh,
getting caught
man.
in the act.
But I think for me, what I would want my children to take from me is that never let the world change you. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
I've been through some hell.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
I've
man.
been through I've been through some of the dumbest, unnecessary foolishness that I've allowed myself to get in for a
Me too.
long time. And at the time, you know, I didn't know that I was the one really subjecting myself to the nonsense.
Oh,
but
you
it was
had a
like,
self-reflection moment.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
don't
I
let
went
the
through
world
one.
change you. That's deep.
But it was
Right.
like,
Ooh,
you know,
that's deep.
I love, for real. You know what I'm saying? No matter how a person treats me, you know, you could have treated me the worst ever. And
But
I
sis,
see
who
you.
said that? Who said that though? Don't let the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Don't let the world change your mind. Change it. Don't let the
Well,
world
don't
change
let the
your
world
mind.
change you.
Oh, that was deep.
But I'm not, because
That was
I've been through
deep.
things to where it was like, you know, I've loved and been rejected. I've loved and been crushed. I've loved and
Uh-huh.
been tried to be destroyed, but I never stopped loving people. Like,
There
I
you
would
go.
never treat him how
yeah.
he did, you know,
Yeah.
or
Or
he
because
never
you-
received,
because
yeah,
somebody-
because my thing
Right.
is
Sure.
this, it's like, yeah, I would have traumas from certain situations, but I never let that make me so hard to where I didn't want to love again. I was never that
Uh-huh.
woman that was like,
Bitter.
That cut me off.
It's like,
Yeah.
nah, I
Yeah.
want love. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because I know
Sure.
I believe in love still because of how I love.
You know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? And
You know
I'm
what
like,
it
I
is.
know that somebody somewhere is gonna be able to receive that type of
Yeah,
thing
no
genuinely
doubt.
and reciprocate.
No
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying?
No,
And so
I
it was
tell-
like, don't let the world change you.
I tell parents that all the time. I said, if you had bad parents, then you should be a great parent because you know what
But you
bad
know what?
parenting
Yeah.
is
Yep.
Yeah.
firsthand.
Yeah.
You know what bad parenting is firsthand, goddamn
Right,
it.
Yeah,
right.
You experienced it. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's real.
I'm supposed to be a deadbeat dad with like 30 kids.
Yep.
Just because of the way I was raised. Well, not
Sure.
well, from my father. but
Right, right.
You choose to go one or two ways. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? So that's
Uh-huh.
a choice.
That's
That's a
your-
choice.
Stay with the stereotype or
Yeah,
break it.
yeah.
That's 100%
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me this question one time. Do you think that you would be a not so good dad if your father had been in your life?
deep.
That is deep.
That's
Wow.
deep.
Cause I had to reflect and say, you know what? I would have got some of his inherent bad ways, and I would have put that on my child.
Right.
So him not being there was a
Well,
blessing.
you'd have got the good and the bad, and you don't know what the good would have been.
This is true.
Right,
This is
If
right.
it's overweighted
But you
or what.
still do, because iniquities are passed down.
You know,
Whether
you can't control it.
I act just like my dad, and my dad died 45 days after I was born.
Wow, it's
You
crazy.
understand
right?
what I'm saying? I act just like my dad.
Iniquities are passed down. They are.
You know, it's the things that my mom is a prideful woman. Like it's not in a bad way, you know what I'm saying? But I'm prideful as a mug, but not in the way that she is. You know what I'm saying? But I still have that pride, like
Sure.
you ain't never know that you made me bothered,
Right.
and I'm over there salty.
And
Yeah.
anybody
You know
that
what I'm
didn't know what
saying?
iniquity means, it means the deeds
Definitely.
that
Yeah.
you do, the deeds, good or
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
The iniquity.
Cause I've seen stuff like that where like a guy and his dad didn't grow up together. They finally met and they share stories of how similar they were.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't even know how I got it.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's like you said, it's passed down.
Yeah.
That's real.
It is. It's
That's true.
blood.
That's
You know,
true.
if alcoholism runs in a family,
Yeah.
guess what?
Ooh,
Some people
yes,
gonna be
sir.
alcoholics.
Tell me about it.
They're gonna struggle with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Or at least have an addictive
They,
personality.
they, they
To
may
some
have,
degree.
yeah, to some degree.
Yeah, and usually, excuse me, I know you have a mental health background. With a lot of times, what people don't realize though is with those addictive personalities comes separation anxiety issues.
Oh, sure.
You,
Oh,
because
yeah.
because
You'll be
it's your
a
body
loner.
going through a withdrawal
Yeah.
of a lot of that. So
Uh-huh.
separation anxiety really is like partial to that addictive personality, and it's hard. It's a lot.
That's very true. My father told me he loved me one time, and
Wow.
you know where he was at? Rehab. And nobody in the family wanted to go see him because they was tired of the revolving door. You know what I'm saying? It
And
happened.
that's psychotraumatic. man.
Exactly. I was the only one because I think I was like 13 or 14, but I still wanted my dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I remember I went up to this rehab. He was in Gahanna, and we sat on the bench in the back talking, and he was like, you know, I love you. And it made me uncomfortable, but
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
I tried to still be tough. I was like, yeah, that's
right.
that's what's up.
Okay,
You know what I'm
cool.
saying? That's what's up.
Cool.
You know, on
Yeah.
the inside, I was crying like a baby. You know what I'm saying? But like that was
Heart
that was the only time he told me he loved me.
Wow.
I can't think. I don't think he's ever. I don't think my dad's ever told me. Like my dad, like
Wow.
he, him and my mom separated when I was like 6 months, and he told her, he said, listen, you leave me, those your kids. And he meant every word of that.
That's what happened with my biological father.
Yeah.
Same thing. He said he told my mom, I want you. I don't want them damn kids. I don't want them kids. I don't want them
Ain't
kids.
that crazy?
That is
Yeah.
so crazy.
It's not crazy. That's a person. That's really how people really think out here.
Yeah.
Like it's really.
That's
it's
Well,
really.
that's
crazy.
a lot of men's,
No, that's not.
Mike.
What
that's a
it
lot of
is,
men's mentality
Yeah,
to
it's
think
women's mentality
that's the
too.
last way to hold on to that woman.
That sure is. That's
It's
crazy.
women's
Okay.
mentality too.
That's
Talk about
the
science.
kids.
It's
Talk
women's
about
mentality
that's the
too.
kids.
I
Talk
can't
about
let you get this one though, sir, because I'm gonna tell you
Like
this.
I gotta leave
It's
if I
women
can't
out here
have
like
you.
that too.
And they know a lot of women
Yeah.
will be like, okay, stay there.
Yeah.
If I can't have you, I don't want the kids.
And I know
They think that's the last resort.
I know some women that
When
have
women
like
are at their last,
For real.
nigga, I'm
For
done
real.
with you.
Yeah.
They'll say, okay, I'm done with the kids too.
Well, because
they
here's
know.
the thing. What if before they even got in a relationship, he told her, I don't want any kids?
Exactly.
He's not. This is the part. No,
Well, 9 out of 10,
hold on.
Talk
about it, Ty. Go ahead. Give it to her.
But if they got the kids and they ride with it,
Nah, they only ride with it because they want the woman. Here's the thing. If you
well,
go in-
shit, for how many years? What kind of punk
it
nigga
don't-
you talking about?
it,
He gonna stay with the woman just because the kids, he gonna ride with her,
what
and
I'm
he
saying
don't agree with her?
Nah, what I'm saying is this. If we get in a relationship,
Sure.
and I'm like, do
I
you
hear
want to
you.
have any more kids? He's like, no, but then I get pregnant. It's like, that was like kind of selfish of me because he already made it very clear that he didn't want to, do whatever.
But
Whether, even if it's a slip up, let's just say it's a slip up. Not
Yeah.
it's like we were just practicing unsafe sex, not
Yeah,
trying to prevent
okay,
it. We're trying to
okay.
prevent it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I wanted kids. You know what I'm saying? And so when I get pregnant by this man who told me he didn't want kids, and he was doing everything that he could to prevent that
You
from
stabbing
happening.
holes in his condoms.
Nah.
That's what
I'm
it
just
sounds
saying,
like.
no,
I'm
no.
with you, sister.
Women have done that.
I know somebody used to turkey
Women have
bakers.
done that.
I know people do
Turkey
what they do.
baker,
They do
get
what
the
they do.
condom
But
and
what I'm saying is,
wrap it up
what I'm
and take
saying
it in the
is-
bathroom and turkey base they sell with the
What I'm saying,
yeah.
what I'm saying is you have men out here being held responsible for something that they told and was very clear they didn't want to be a part of.
That's true.
Then,
Let's talk.
but
Let's
here's
talk.
the problem. When you don't do what you can do to prevent that, it's like we feel like that takes away your ability to say like y'all don't want no parts of that.
Uh-huh.
So
Because you didn't do anything
I
to
can
try to
agree.
prevent it from happening. And see, this is where people lack the wisdom at. Because if I meet you and I'm telling you like, yo, I want to be married one day, and you're like, I don't ever want to be married. At that point,
Sure.
nigga, you gotta go.
Right.
We don't want the same thing.
We don't want the
And we
same
walk in
thing.
these unwise situations all the time.
But we still step on.
Because you got to.
And we
Right.
step on with it.
Because you got to. Because if you don't, society gonna say you a deadbeat.
Well,
So this is a good point right here. So this is something I saw too. They said women have the right to say, if like I said, they get pregnant, it's my body, my choice, right?
Yeah.
But the devil's advocate to that is
With
Yeah.
the man,
if
with
I say I don't want to deal with this kid, I
Yeah.
can sign over my
You
rights
can't.
and not have to pay child
They
support.
won't let you sign over your rights. The mom gotta
Exactly.
sign over the
No.
rights. Yeah.
do.
So what happens if a chick get pregnant and a man
100%.
tells her like I don't believe in abortion? We didn't do anything to try to prevent us from having this baby. She has every right to go and have an abortion against the say so to that man.
Right.
Push her down the
Well,
stairs.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
you want the baby. But I'm saying you want the baby. Say the man wants the baby and the woman doesn't want to have the baby.
It's her body, her choice.
Exactly.
I firmly believe that.
Right.
However, I just say this: if it's her body, her choice, it's my right to say, hey, I don't want to do with it.
And then we look at each other like you's a punk ass man if you allow this woman to just make these choices.
I
and
agree.
you-
Right.
It's
I
your
agree.
kid too.
I
And you
agree.
allow her to just
Yeah.
kill your baby or get rid of it or
But you
what
can't
have
stop
you.
her.
You can't stop
Well,
her.
no, you can't. But
Push her down the
what kind of
stairs.
man are you?
Because he can be involved.
That'll stop her
He
from
can
doing
definitely.
it.
You cannot punch her in the stomach and you cannot kick her down the steps.
No.
Man, you got women out here
You-
telling. You got women out here wanting to tell us that they gonna have abortions, then pop up 9 months later on a brother with a kid, and now he
Yeah.
gotta pay child support for
Yeah.
something he ain't even know a damn thing about.
Right.
Trust me, I'm telling you, it's ridiculous.
And he done paid for the abortion.
Aspirin and a
Well,
pill.
I haven't been in
Bad.
prison.
That's horrible.
I do know what's going on out here.
Give her aspirin and a Pepsi.
But wait,
This nigga-
let the woman tell it, but let the woman tell it.
Trust me.
The person's a deadbeat.
But a
Right,
man, there you
right.
For
go.
real.
Because a man still has no say so.
Right.
That's why I
But you gotta say
pull
so.
out.
You pop a baby up out of me from nowhere. When this was what we said was gonna happen, that's
Right.
like that's
Okay,
bad.
Right.
okay, the sex could be mutual, but the say so of the baby might not be.
Where's the
Why
Right,
ain't that
it's fair,
mutual?
people aren't.
Why ain't that mutual?
I mean, why we not talking about
It's
the
your-
baby?
it's your choice, man.
Like,
What if- what if I want the baby?
We haven't spoken.
Danger.
Life is
haven't-
doing what life was created
What
to
if
do.
we want the baby?
True.
Yeah.
What if we want the baby?
That's what I said. You weren't listening. You was too busy talking over me.
No,
Promise.
you
Rewind the
talked
tape.
3 points.
Cause they were valid.
See, I grew up
It's
with
a radio show. Keep 1 point and stick to it. Let us have differing
See, I grew up.
opinions.
See, I grew up pulling out with the condom on. So
Okay.
I'm
This nigga
I'm-
extra precautious.
Pull it
Extra.
out.
I'm-
Condom
Super
on.
Yeah.
he's sleeping.
Check
Get
to
off me.
see.
I have no kids.
He had holes in his condom before.
And it's not gonna happen, Nate. Not Nate.
Like, how old are you now, Dick?
I'm 32.
No kids.
Ooh,
Okay.
32, no
That's
kids.
good.
That's, I mean,
Nothing but practice.
he's a unicorn, basically.
I'd have been a
Oh,
stepdaddy.
unicorn.
I'd have been a stepdaddy
He's an
many a
anomaly.
time.
None of his t-shirts or sweatshirts been fucked up with throw up.
Just call me Big
Yeah,
Stepper. Just call me Big
None of his new
Stepper.
shit. He never experienced that.
Your pull-out game is muscular.
I'm
man. It's
taking care
strong
of
as
I'm
hell.
taking care of newborns.
Muscular.
Hold on now.
Real
I've been
muscular.
stepdaddy to newborns. I've been stepdaddy to teenagers. I've been stepdaddy to toddlers. I'm pretty seasoned in the game.
In the
I know
stepdad game.
In the
Yeah,
stepdad
yeah, I
game.
know what to do when it
You
really
can
comes
change the
out.
diaper.
I know. I have nieces.
You know how to have sex and pet the baby too at the same time.
Nigga.
See the difference though.
I like Steven's Michael.
The difference. I grew up with a clear conscience though, because my mom told me I was an accident.
Oh wow.
From birth, and I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I never had to ask like, did you really want me? Because she made it clear like, nah, you should have been in a sock or something.
Your mom is an OG though.
Was it a
She
holiday?
really is.
Was it a holiday
Yeah,
accident? Was it an accident?
I don't know when it was.
He didn't really. He
I
didn't
know
get
mine was
details.
on
He
New
didn't need to know all that.
I know I was on
ain't
New
right.
Year's.
I didn't want to know her, but she kept it real with me. Like, you wasn't supposed to be here. Neither was your sister. And I'm like, all right, well.
Damn.
The love got to grow.
Like I said, your
Right.
see,
The
oh,
love
mom,
got to
they
grow.
keep it a buck with you. My mom
Yeah.
told me
You
one
go to hug
time.
her, she said, go hug your sister.
Right, she might elbow me and shit. For real.
Yeah.
Go hug
Love
your
you,
sister,
mom.
dog.
Mom watching too. Love
Neither
you,
one
Mom.
of y'all supposed to be here. Go hug
Right.
your sister.
Right.
My mom
Right.
said to me one time, we went to go visit my pops and everything. We was leaving. We was in the car, and I don't know what. She was just feeling nostalgic. She's like, you see that park over there? She's like, yeah, that's Crump Park. I said, yeah, I used to play ball over there.
Crump Park.
Yeah.
Park.
Yeah.
She said, yeah, your brother was conceived over
The
there on the
story.
swing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I almost wrecked the car. I was like, I'm gonna kill us all. I said, just let go. I don't want
Everybody
to.
got it.
I said, why would you do that to me? But I had to call my brother and tell him though, because I didn't want to be the only one with that information.
Right, right. We don't want to hear that type of stuff. We don't want to hear that from your parents.
Right.
From your parents.
My mom had sex 3 times because she got 3 kids. That's my theory. I'm sticking to
Anybody
it.
got old kids? Anybody got old kids in the house? You know how to get them out? Start having sex real loud.
Yeah.
They
that's
definitely
probably
That'll
true.
run them right out the house. I don't care if you faking.
That's traumatizing.
Right.
You be like, yeah, you be thinking your mom upstairs something. You be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man.
I heard my mom one time.
Oh wow, I got to go.
And I was coming in the door with 2 of my homies. We was
Yo,
ready to
shout
go
out
out.
to the womb lady.
Yeah, and I mean, so I hear it, and I don't know if they heard it.
Right.
So I walk in, I'm like, yeah, y'all ready to kick it tonight? I'm talking loud.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, I hear it.
Oh, what kind of
I
stuff?
hear it. And I'm thinking, I'm like, dude was digging in because they never stopped. They never stopped, bro. They never stopped. I was like,
I'm sorry, Mama Dave. I don't know
"Wow."
why he told this story today.
No.
Shout out to my womb lady for never, ever having me. My
More
mom, she
respectful.
wasn't playing all that.
Yeah.
But when
yeah.
you think about it now, though, like as a guy, you think
But
about all the stuff you've done with
these
single
people are
moms.
young now.
Make you
They're
think
not
about
like
your mom
us.
too.
What was that, Mark? I'm sorry.
So when you think about yourself as a guy and all the things you've done with single moms and some of the shady stuff you've done.
Not me. Not me.
So you never ate no kids'
All the
snack.
things.
No.
You ain't never ate no kids' lunchable day.
I had a brother ask a
I
single
dig
mom
in
for
for
some
it
money,
all.
not $10.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like all the stuff you
Yeah.
did. Now you think about that, somebody doing it to your mom. It make you rethink some
Not
stuff.
so loud, not so
Yeah.
loud. Okay, okay. Now I can hear good. All right, all right. I ain't recovering. I'm an alcoholic. I don't give a damn about recovering. You know.
Well, you're honest.
Yeah.
Honesty's first.
Yeah.
That's first.
Would you ever go to
Nothing wrong
rehab,
with being
Steven?
honest.
Do you think it's that
I
bad?
am not a quitter.
All right, I got a question for Misha.
Yes, sir.
What's your 5-year vision?
My
Slapstick.
5-year vision.
That's what.
Ooh.
I'm loving Danger. Danger come here with questions for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I know. I wasn't
Yo,
even.
I really appreciate that,
I'm a
man.
sponge.
Yeah.
I'm a sponge.
No one has
I
ever.
want to know.
No, he's the first one to come to the studio and ask us questions.
Yeah, that is dope.
Right.
So my 5-year vision with SlapStik, as I already announced, I'm working on building the platform. So there's a lot of comedians that have podcasts, and they also have a lot of shows
Right.
that they just don't have a platform to put them on. So now I'm working with certain comedians.
And she's gonna make us rich.
Yeah, I'm gonna make us rich. I'm working with certain comedians.
Certain.
Dope.
Love that.
Yeah, I have a list of the comedians that I know that are consistent.
See, I haven't been called yet.
Like, Daniel, go ahead and put your name on
No,
the list too, real
they
quick.
were. Cause y'all know I just got back from Philly. I worked
Right.
with B Flat, Howie Bell, TLC. They're on my list. I got some other people that I'm working with, but
Oh, dope.
but I have to be strategic because we're setting up the website a certain way, and the way we're doing it, the website's gonna be set up like Hollywood squares. Each comedian's gonna have a square. The squares are gonna be different, and in the middle of the square, it's gonna be the comedian's logo. Once you click on the
That's
logo,
dope.
it's gonna take them to another page. So I'm trying to figure out, like the page, it's gonna have their schedules, like event schedules, it's gonna have their content, and it's gonna be set up like a YouTube page.
That's
But
super
everybody's
dope.
gonna have their own thing. So in
Super
5
dope.
years, I hope that I acquire, let's see. I do hope by then I'm producing,
And putting
in
together
5
touring
years
shows.
actually,
Touring
because I've been
shows.
doing slapstick since 2005, I feel like I have not been forgotten.
Nah.
And
Well,
people
you-
still reach out to me and
You
they
put
remember
together
me.
touring shows, and we're about to get back to some touring
Yeah, so I
shows.
put together touring shows.
Do you
and
remember putting me on my first
I
paid
sure
show?
do.
Okay,
I
I'm just
do.
making sure you remember. I
Because she
love
came
her.
to that
Wow.
show.
I remember
and
that.
she-
I remember
yeah,
that.
That's my
That's
Nana.
That's
My girl, I said,
crazy.
I just love him.
She like fat dudes.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yep, in 5 years, Slapstick is going to be popping. I hope to have at least 20 shows.
Dope.
I hope to have my own network, and I also want an XM channel. That's why I want to do
Word
this.
up.
So I want my own network. I want to be like Oprah, but in comedy.
What's the trip is everything you sound it sounds so feasible. Like
Yeah.
that
Oh,
that can happen.
sure,
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
That's
Yeah.
gonna happen. So that's
Mhm.
dope.
I mean, we've been
Yeah,
at
super
it.
dope.
You know, we had to change venues, of course, and get our own Slapstick studios, and this is our own Slapstick. You guys are in Slapstick Studios. We're not doing Slapstick Comedy from another studio.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's dope.
You know, anywhere. This is our own studio.
Yep. So we can control our own content. So
Right.
if y'all want to make, Steven's going to record his comedy album. If y'all want to make it or record or whatever, y'all
or
have a place.
whatever. We're open.
Yeah.
Say
you know.
less.
My next
Yeah.
step, I'm going to remember when I had those production
We're here to
cameras.
help.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I'm going to get new cameras. The thing is, I'm researching 4K. Cause
Mm.
I want to go to the next level.
Right.
I'm not buying regular HD. I'm getting 4K. So that's my next step.
That's
Because
so dope.
when
That
we
is
do
so
our
dope.
tours, they're going to be on Netflix and Amazon. Like I want a whole production.
We're
That's what
here to
Misha
help.
Media is.
Do you remember Mark Gregory saying I was on Slim Fast Crack
Yes.
in like 2000? That was like 2012.
Mark is a beast, man. He
Man.
plays too much.
Mark is
a
crazy.
beast.
Man, Mark showed
Mark
up at
is
my
an
last show,
improv
man.
beast.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an improv beast.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's
Yeah.
somebody else on my list.
Such a comedic mind.
He's somebody that everybody reach out to. Like, say,
Everybody.
anytime
Yeah.
I have a show that I feel like, oh, like I got booked for a show, and I'm like, I said, man, Mark, this is a little bit more than what I'm used to. How much do I charge? He looked at it and told me, hey, gave me a number, said, hey, bro, this right here.
Yes.
Let me
Actually,
let me tell you the advice.
That's why I
Mark-
said I'm rocking with Mark for life.
This is
Yeah.
the advice
That's
Mark
my
gave
homie.
me when I took over as host of Wednesday Night Jokes.
Right.
Initially, I was like, "Damn, that's big shoes
Big
to
shoes.
fill." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mark is a
Sure.
monster. Mark's
Sure, he
so
is.
he called me. I didn't call him because I was scared. I ain't even gonna lie.
Right.
He called me like, "What's up, bro?" I'm like, "No, what's going on?" He was like, "Hey, man, I got some advice for you." I said, "What's up?" He was like, "Do you? You can't be me."
Yes.
And hung the
See?
phone up.
You gonna be
love
you.
That's
him.
all I
love
needed
Mark.
to
You're gonna
hear.
be
That's
fucking
all I
you.
needed to hear.
And
That's
I
all
was
you
mad
need to hear.
that I didn't
Man.
make it to the show y'all did the other night because Mark called me and invited me. He's like, Mish, come hang out. And I was so tired. I was like, I'm flying out. I didn't have the energy.
When I saw you, at
pulled up, I was just like,
what was it? The outside
that summer fest
that
or
summer
something.
fest thingy.
Yeah.
Man, listen. And you like, would you come and do the thing for me?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Yeah. What are you talking about?
There are certain comics that, like I said, they can just ask you
Yeah,
to do
I'll
something,
come.
and I will always do it. Dave
Yeah.
what it was because he put me on, like I said, he shouted out love
Sure.
for my first year. Rogan, my first paid gig. Rogan always like bro, like Rogan called me whatever he need. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm on my way. So there's certain cats that just they got that kind of pull. So I show love.
Yeah. Like I still do shows for. I know some of my friends that we've been doing stand up the same time and everything, and they're like, now 2,000. I'm like, they your boys, man. And they call me. I'm like, give me 500.
Right.
But like we got like the friends and family discount.
Put me up in a nice hotel.
Can I get that number in stone?
And thank you, Stephen, because you have always making sure.
I'll be like, if it's our people, I'm like, put me up in a nice hotel.
Right.
You know, I ain't gonna mention no names. I'll both be like, man, you should have said 2,000. I'm like, that's our people.
Yeah.
We came up like this together and again. Give me 500. Put me up in a nice room now.
Right.
Don't fuck around and put me in a. I don't want the hotel
Steven.
leads to outside. My door leads to outside.
Listen, Steven.
No, days in,
elevators.
comfort in. No, go Holiday Inn and up.
Listen, I got a
I'm
show
gonna
in
be
Kentucky,
inside.
and they did me like that. They paid me and gave me a hotel room. I
Need to be
walked in,
inside.
and I'm like, nigga, is this the Underground Railroad?
Yeah.
It was the raggediest hotel I ever saw in my life. I
no.
drove home. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say
Yo,
nothing. Drive on home.
You haven't seen a raggedy hotel till you've been in Pennsylvania at the Fort Henry Hotel.
That sounds like the trash.
This is it's log cabin made. It's log cabin made. I'm telling you, the lip to the shower was this high. The lip to the shower, water running all off the side and shit. You got a curtain, and the lip to the shower was this high. The whole front of the room gonna get wet.
Now, I'm not going to say...
This is the worst room I've ever been in.
I'm not going to say who booked me because it's my guy. He's watching it, and I'm an asshole. But he booked me for a show, and I don't know why this was so odd to me. The hotel had a microwave in the hallway.
Everybody's sharing it.
None in the room. It was one in the hallway.
I've never seen that.
That's
In the
weird.
hallway.
Yeah.
I told my
I've
girl, I
never seen
said,
that.
our food gonna be cold as shit. 'Cause we ain't
We not
eating
sharing
nothing
the
out there.
microwave.
Oh,
No.
man.
I've never seen that.
Oh.
I've never seen that.
Let me shut up.
I was in East Orange, Illinois, and they had signs for everything. Do not put bacon in microwave. Do not put, they got signs everywhere, all around the microwave. Do not put boiled eggs in microwave.
I don't blame you on that one. That's a
Do
good
not
one.
put,
That's funny.
That's a good rule.
That's funny.
don't put the boiled egg in the microwave. My boy
That's
put the boiled
crazy.
egg in the microwave, and the boiled egg exploded. Cherry red. Soon as he poked the boiled egg, he took the motherfucking microwave. He took the boiled egg out the microwave. I told him, I said, you see that sign? It said don't microwave the boiled eggs. He said, oh, I do it at home all the time. Put on, a couple seconds, heat it up a little bit. I said, okay. They say don't do it.
Right.
So when he took it out, soon as he touched the boiled egg with the fork, it exploded like a M80.
Wow.
Do you hear me? And it was egg everywhere.
I stayed in a hotel in his hometown in Detroit, and I swear it had a little like index card saying sheets $20, alarm clock $5.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted, you could buy it.
more.
You could buy it. Yeah, but
How does that have a hotel with a la carte though, bro?
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it was.
It was on 7 Mile.
It was like I can't remember where I was.
You on a mile?
I was in Flint. I was in Flint.
You
I
ever
know I
seen
was
the
in
cab?
Flint.
You ever seen the cabs with the goddamn bulletproof
Yeah.
partition?
Yep.
Bulletproof partition now. Shoot your money through the slot. I'm like, I'm going on probably grass shit and so. He said that'd be about $20. Pow. He shot the slot like, give that to me now.
Give that to me now.
Give that to me now.
What if it's a car accident? I need my money back. I need change or something.
He already got the bulletproof partition.
He told you better get up out of his face.
Because them little niggas was jumping out of cabs in Detroit.
I done jumped a cab or two here in Columbus.
If you from the hood, you've at least done that one time.
At least one.
Alright, I'm about to sound real bougie. Never been in a cab in my life.
You is bougie.
Never in my life. That's
I
right.
used to sell drugs in the cab.
Work.
Oh, okay, I got you. I've been on the bus twice.
You ain't never sold drugs.
Twice.
That's
And
what I
and
heard
that was going to Thompson Swimming Pool.
See, you
back
had
in
a
the day,
mama,
twice.
grandma,
That
aunties and
Yeah.
shit. Picking
Yeah,
some fat ass up. Yeah.
Steven!
Yeah, he had everything.
We did a
He was spoiled. He did a lot of walking.
We was on that Coda bus.
They asked him what he wanted on his hot dog.
Coda bus.
They
The
they
crazy
asked
dude, he
Danger.
sat right beside you too.
Danger at the picnic. You know they gonna baby him at the picnic. He come through. What you want on your hot dog,
Hey,
baby?
can we cut
He
this
say a
shit down?
hamburger. He say a hamburger. He want a hamburger on his hot dog.
You said you can
And
take
break it
it.
up. Break the hamburger up.
What about this one?
He want a hamburger on his hot dog.
Danger, you got a heckler.
But break the
You got
hamburger
a motherfucking heckler.
and put some pork and beans down the middle. After you break it up, after you break the hamburger up over the hot dog.
I ain't never been
put
heckled by a
pork and
motherfucker
beans.
funnier than me. So I never let that happen.
But Danger, don't feel bad. I've never been on the Coda. And
Really?
Oh my God.
So
There you
I'm-
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, you gonna write your ass off. Get on the phone. You have a booklet
It's
full
a lot
of
of
shit.
entertainment, I ain't even gonna lie.
It's a lot of entertainment. You've never been on the Coda.
Just
Twice,
the stuff
when I
that you
was
see,
little.
just the
I
stuff
told
that
him
you
about the
see, like
Coda
ride
bus.
past, and you
Now
might
get on
see
Coda bus.
something and be like,
You got writing block.
you create a
Right.
story
Right.
in your
Yeah.
head,
Right.
and it's like it goes
Sit
to
on the
being
back.
funny.
And see, it sound fun. It sound fun to just get on there.
It's like, so back in the day, what you would do is you would get on the Coda bus and you would have your like your CD Walkman or you and your homeboy would be on there
Right,
and
right.
y'all would just clown.
Just cut up on people.
Cut
Right,
up.
right,
Like,
right.
literally, that's like I said, I don't like to roast, but that's how I learned how to roast because I grew up in the hood. Like,
Right,
so
right,
Now,
right.
you get picked on. Like everybody got
You get
roasted.
picked on.
Everybody got
Got
roasted.
definitely.
Especially if you couldn't fight. You got
Right.
Listen, I
Right,
wasn't
right.
the biggest dude, so I'm like, listen, I'm gonna roast you to the
Yeah.
point where you, like I said, if you
You
never
can't
roast somebody
take
to the
it,
point where
no.
they wanted to fight you,
Yeah.
roasting ain't your thing.
You made it.
Yeah.
You made it.
Yeah,
You made it.
yeah.
You made it.
He want to fight you, you gotta hit your wall.
And he know you could beat him.
Yeah.
Hold
And
up,
he
hold
wanna
up.
fight you. I'm getting right now, bro.
But I'm still tripping. And Steven said I wanted a hamburger on my hot dog. That's some of the most disrespectful shit I've
It
ever heard in my life.
That's why I
man.
said
They
Steve.
said, "What you want on your hot dog, Danger?"
A hamburger.
They said he was gonna say
fat.
mustard or
Yeah,
ketchup.
And he called you.
He was like,
He
Danger
did
grew
that.
up.
He did that to my brother one time too. And yo, fat ass.
But
I'm like Steven.
But look, I'm pretty and my self-esteem is high, so that should be good. No.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be, King.
Danger,
As it should be, King.
Tell me what I don't
And
know.
beards is in.
Right, come on.
Yeah.
And beards is in. Everybody trying to grow a beard. I got a fake one at the house. Right now, it's beautiful. You hear me? It got waves in it and shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it looked like when Moses went up to the mountain and came back with the perm.
Cut his mic
No,
off.
no,
He came back with the first.
Stephen G, real talk, Stephen. You need to write a book. You got too much a wealth of knowledge that just,
Yeah.
like I said, like 'cause real talk.
You
So
know
many
what?
young comics don't
Man,
know.
I-
They think they gonna just get in and be famous.
Yeah, no.
I
It's
want to
a
give it to
grind,
y'all,
y'all.
but I probably do. Keith Bender told me that.
Keith's
My
another,
God.
Need to
Keith's
write
another
a
dude
book.
that I listen
Need to write a book.
Shout out to Keith Bender.
I took him under my wing, like him, D'Amico, and you know, those
D'Amico's
guys.
another
I'm like,
dude, yeah.
I'm gonna teach you how to write a joke.
D'Amico come to town,
You're
you gotta
fucking-
come out.
A joke consists of
Punchline,
a,
premise.
a premise, a segue, and a punchline.
Yep. And cats don't know that. They really don't.
I still don't know how to
Premise,
spell.
segue.
It's a tough word to spell, nigga. I'm not gonna lie.
Still don't know how to spell segue.
That's a tough word. I ain't
I'm
even
just
gonna lie.
learning.
S-E-G-U-E.
It's a weird way they spell that.
Segue, S-E-G-U-E.
That's like knife. Why that came there for real?
Yeah, that bitch side.
I don't need it. It don't
Makes
need
no
it.
sense.
Yeah, but I tell you how I write jokes. I write jokes. I use that premise now. The premise to segue to punchline. I use that premise, but I write with several punchlines.
Right.
5, 6, 7.
So you can always flip it up.
That's smart.
What I would do is I will institute those other ones. Now, the funniest one I will leave as the punchline. I will leave that as the punchline. Those other ones, I will institute them into my segue.
So you make them tags onto the
Those
jokes.
funny jokes I ended with, I'm gonna get them in that segue so my whole joke is layered with funniness. So it's like, go, 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 go. In fact, you're not just waiting on one thing. Like, okay, we're waiting on one fucking thing to be funny. We're waiting on that one. What is that one fucking thing? Come on with it.
That's the layer.
The crowd can't even focus because you
they
hit
laughing,
the floor.
I'm gonna kill you through my whole joke.
I gotta
The
tell you
whole
the
joke
funniest
is layered. The whole joke is layered.
My 6-year-old little cousin
I'm gonna
Peanut
fuck your word up.
just texted and said, he's watching the show. Shout out to Peanut. He's watching us.
Shout out
And he
Peanut.
said the camera switched.
Peanut.
I am a robot. I am a robot, Peanut.
So Stephen, do you have like people that you send your jokes to the critique and stuff like
Hell
that?
no.
You don't?
Hell no. If I'm cracking myself up while I'm writing, I know it's
Right.
gonna kill you.
Yeah,
It's gonna break your
Yep.
fucking ribs.
Yep.
Yeah.
You hear me? As an average person,
If you laugh,
I'm a comic.
Yeah.
I have a comedic mind.
Yeah.
So if it's fucking me up, come on,
Yeah.
it's gonna tear your ass apart.
This is really
you as a
that's
regular
crazy.
crowd participate
Yeah.
person, you know.
you're on to something like that, because as a comedic mind, I'll be at a comedy show. I've never heard the joke before, but I know what the punchline is before they say
Sure.
it. They be like,
Sure.
well, how did you know that? I'm like,
I know where it's going.
you know comedy.
Yeah, you know comedy.
Yep.
I know where it's going.
Yep.
And good comedy turns on a dime.
Mhm.
You're going here and you're.
That misdirect.
That's when you get the gut out laughter.
Mm-hmm.
You get the chuckle, chuckle, chuckle when they can follow you.
Yeah.
My
Right.
goddamn, they knew what I could have said that. My goddamn.
Yeah.
self.
That misdirect.
But when you
is the
turn
best.
on the dime, like,
Mhm.
Yep. So that makes me want to go to Tyann, matter of fact.
Tyann,
Open mic,
Tyann,
Wednesday nights
come
at
on
Red
down.
Rock Cafe on East Broad Street.
I was
We
there
got
last
all
night.
Every
too.
Wednesday.
I was there last night.
Next
Were
Wednesday
you
there
there?
will be
Yeah.
one.
Oh man,
Are
It
you
was
going
a
to
tough
come?
crowd last night.
was it?
There, and it's a
Loud?
nice crowd.
Yeah,
I will
like
come
the
as a
audience, like the
spectator.
bar watchers, they was just
We're
doing
going to see
the
you do
most.
some comedy.
I'm not. I'm not. I would have to like literally like work myself up to that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like again, like I'm sitting up here listening to him. Like I do this and do that till I keep him up and down. I keep him up and down. And I'm sitting there like I'm not a student of comedy.
Right.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah.
I'm a student of funny.
There
I'm
you
a
go.
student of people. You know what I'm saying? And but
Uh-huh.
sometimes it's like it's hard for me to really catch what somebody thinks is funny and what somebody doesn't think funny is because I'm not paying attention to are you laughing? I want to know that you hearing what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Misha, before
sure.
we go, can I give some of my dates that I got coming
Please,
up?
because that's what we're about to close the show.
Oh, we end with that. We
Okay.
end with that.
Can we also end with are those wings for us too?
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
You
You
can
missed
eat
the
as
box
many
off.
as you want, bro.
See if you would have
want
been
some-
here on time,
You want
Yeah.
some hamburger with
Go
that?
ahead,
Tell him,
Tyann.
sis.
you would have
Tell us.
known that those wings out there that were
Touche.
really really good.
Okay. You got me. I mean,
Were
You want some
when you
hamburger?
wrong, you
She
wrong.
got Dr. Pepper upstairs. She got.
Thank
You want to take a hamburger over the rings?
Yeah, you-
Don't do him.
Man,
do
we're
him.
supposed to be here, man. And you laughing at it.
Yeah.
I don't let it
I
think.
saved you from a transgender, and you want to
started.
side
He started it. You didn't. I just
Go ahead.
you joked with me. You joked with me. I just finished it. Dick Dickinson started that joke. I just finished it. That's how comedic minds
Your
think
turn,
about. He
Danger.
started the shit.
Go ahead, Danger.
All right.
Tell them what you got to say.
April 10th, I'm in Lithonia, Ohio. April 7th,
Lithonia.
April
Yeah.
17th, I'm in Mansfield.
April
Mansfield,
8th,
Ohio,
April 8th, you in London.
April 21st,
April 8th, you in London.
April, who?
April 8th, you in London.
April 8th, I'm in London. April 20th.
London, Ohio.
April
yeah.
8th.
April 8th, that's the day.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
but the same-
other 8.
Okay, I'm
May 8th.
May 8th.
I was
Next
like,
month.
hold up.
That's April.
This nigga better leave and go do some
I was
jokes.
like, I'm late to the motherfucker. I'm late as hell.
That's the day. That's the
And
day.
a Dr.
That's the
Pepper.
day. I fucked up.
And a
I
burger.
fucked up.
April 21st, I'm in Columbus.
Okay.
May 5th, I'm in Canton. May 11th, I'm in Cleveland. May 28th, I'm in Columbus. May 29th, my birthday, I'm in Columbus.
May 21st, I'm sorry.
May 28th.
May 28th.
May
okay.
28th, I'm in
That's your
Columbus.
birthday?
Yeah, no, my birthday's the 29th. No, I got that wrong. I'm sorry. May 29th, I'm in Columbus. I'm at Scully's. May 30th, I am at
Scully's on campus, y'all.
Yes, sir. May 30th, I'm at Taste of Trini. And
Okay.
then it goes into June 2nd, I'm in Cleveland again. June 17th, I'm in Canton again. And I think that's it. And I'm ready for them wings.
Yes, it's
I don't
on
know
a
why.
nice schedule.
Well, I don't know why we let that nigga go first when he got all them daggone shows. I took a little bit of March off because I had a baby, so I haven't really been looking. So I should have went first. So shows no good nothing, boy. See now I wasn't gonna say nothing about him earlier, but now I gotta talk about him. He probably eat frosted flakes with lobster tails on or something like that. Bitch, nothing. Man, get on my nerves. Man, I should have went first. Lobster tails in it and stuff like that.
Don't you start, Steve. Don't you start.
Tell him in advance.
Come on.
Okay, so I got one show.
wait, I'm sorry. Danger. Where can we find you at on social media?
Facebook is David_Smith. It was Comedian Danger, but the ops got me and made me change my name. Wanted me to send in like social security number and everything for it. So it's David_Smith. Instagram is Comedian Danger.
Comedian
Okay.
Danger.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. They
That's
do you
it.
like that for real.
Yeah.
Do that thing, man.
Mark.
Appreciate it, boss. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Get that paper no matter how much it is right now.
Yeah.
Got you.
Let it
Got you.
stack up. Add
So
up.
On the 29th, I'm doing a weekend at the Laughing Post.
Nice.
Shout out to the Ovation Camp. Hey Jay, he told me to say what up to you.
Okay.
You know that's my
Okay.
big bro.
That's my man.
And then I'm booking stuff for June right now.
Okay.
No
Dope.
doubt. No doubt.
Dope.
That's why I should have went first.
And Mark, where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, you can find me everywhere at Marc MARC_FAZON. I don't know why I gotta rap it like that. It's
And
fast
get
as
that
fuck.
gear. And
Yeah.
where can we get that gear?
The gear is
Yeah.
on my website. You can go to my Instagram, click my link tree, it takes you to my website. You can,
Right.
you can see where I'm booked at.
It's
You can
fabulous
see-
gear, people.
Yeah, you know, that better get out with your face. Like I said, I got masks too. I'm just
You got
not-
masks,
I got
everything.
masks.
Hey, you got anything in my size?
Bro, I
These-
got all sizes.
That's all I needed
So
to
the
hear.
mask say better get out your face because you can go to
Get
the
it,
store.
better get out my
People
face.
that respect your 6 feet
Cold.
space. Like, hey, bro, better get out my
Cold.
face.
That's cold.
Look at that joint. Yeah,
Dope.
That's cool.
I tried.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I got wristbands. I got pins.
We love
you know,
that.
like that, you know.
We love that, bro.
You know,
Yeah.
always
That's
be
awesome,
branded.
bro.
Super
Yeah.
dope.
That is awesome.
Super dope.
Yep.
So I appreciate you guys for having me on, man. I had so much fun
Definitely.
tonight.
Thank you, Mark. I'm glad we finally met, and thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yes,
Everybody
indeed.
vouching for you though.
Aw, I love
Yeah.
that. Well, tell me what they've been saying. I wouldn't know.
I tried.
I know.
I tried it.
I know what I've been saying.
I know you did, Dick. Thank you. You my dog.
Yes,
DLG.
indeed. Yes,
I know what I've been
indeed.
saying.
What? Go ahead, Bo.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nah, I'm
Mark.
chilling.
Sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
So my homegirl Brienne, she vouched for you.
Okay.
You know, she helped me out with my merch sometimes. And then
Oh yeah.
Big Dino, he vouched
Ah,
for you.
that's
Big
my
Dino,
brother right
the
there.
neighborhood hero.
Dino was here last
That's my
week.
Dino,
brother.
Yeah.
homies and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
anybody that kind of dig vouchers for, like I said, because he's a guy of integrity and respect.
I still can't
Like,
call that man Dick.
We usually call
Ah!
him
Hold on,
but-
wait, no, hold on, man, hold on,
Okay.
bro. This is y'all gonna show me the same respect.
That's why I said-
y'all show the vice president.
That's why I said
Y'all
Dick.
gonna
That's
show
why
me the same respect y'all showed
He
Dick
was
Cheney.
Richard Cheney.
No, he
Now-
was Dick Cheney.
Not
No,
calling you
now,
that.
Now,
What about
his
Dick?
father is not here. He was Big Dick.
Yes.
True.
His son is here. He's little Dick. Now, he's here this evening.
So this whole night I've been calling him. I've been
Little
calling
Dick
him
is here this evening.
by his government name. I call him my
You respect him.
Dick Dickerson.
You don't even fucking respect him.
Respect me,
The
danger.
saved again.
Bro, gonna give you the same respect.
Time out. I gotta tell a story.
Because his dick is growing.
Pause. One time I was in Michigan. Me and Dick.
His father's
we were
big
doing a
dick,
show down there.
he's junior. So guess what? His dick is growing.
Okay, I'm gonna turn Steven's mic off. Go ahead, Mark.
So we were in Michigan. Me Dick, we were down there.
When his daddy's dick is dead.
And I was giving him a tag for the joke. And basically, you know how that you're talking and the music is a little loud and then the music is low. So I was telling him the tag. I was like, bro, you should add this to the joke. Like, man, I really love dick. Like your homie. And at that exact moment, the music just stopped. I was like,
That's in there.
You look gay as hell.
I slid out of there. I slid out of there.
Then he walked away from me like we were.
Yeah.
I was his ride. We
Cause
rode
you look
together.
gay as hell.
He had to get in the car with me.
At that
But he
moment.
walked away from me, dog. I said, I get it, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
But you look